One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Now that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com. One of our favorite sponsors is back. This episode of No Simple Road is brought to you by Grady's Cold Brew.
Grady's.
Do you
Good
like cold
stuff.
brew? Do you?
I do.
Isn't it delicious?
Well, this particular Grady's is actually really delicious.
Yeah, it's got like chicory, coffee, a whole bunch of secret spices in there. It is not your normal cold brew. And you don't need a bunch of stuff to be able to make this at home. They send you this awesome little package and it Ziplocs shut. It stands up in your fridge. You take these, what are they called?
Bean bags.
Bean bags. And you put 4 of those bean bags in there. You fill it with water. You leave it in there overnight. And in the morning, guess what you have?
Delicious cold brew,
Yeah,
ready
man.
for your enjoyment.
Grady's Cold Brew was founded in 2011. It's independently owned
From
and
the
operated,
Bronx.
based in the Bronx, which Hunts Point.
Heck yeah.
And guess what?
What?
Grady is a real person. So check this out. Go to
Grady
Grady's.
from the Bronx.
Go to Grady'sColdBrew.com. Hook yourself up. You're going to get 36 cups of cold brew with just 3 batches of 12 cups each. Once brewed, the coffee stays fresh in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. Like I said, it's all in one kit.
I
Everything's
really
included.
enjoyed having it in the house.
Me too, man. This stuff is amazing, and it's cool to be able to, like, in the afternoon at like that 3 o'clock time when I'm going through feeling like I want to go to bed instead of work, I can go in the kitchen and just hook myself up with that little spout, pour some in there, put some cream and a little bit of ice, and off I go back to work, happy as a clam and a little bit buzzed, because this stuff is concentrated and it is delicious.
It's got
It
moxie.
is. It does.
That's
have
the only way I
moxie.
drink my coffee is cold, and this stuff is awesome. It's got a kick. It's delicious.
And it also makes good cocktails, man. So, and another added benefit, people use a lot less sugar, or, less sugar or no
I did
sugar.
not use any sugar. All I did was add my oat milk to it, and it didn't need any sweetener.
Yeah,
it
for
was perfect.
some reason
It's the chicory.
when you add milk to the chicory, it makes it taste sweet, man. So go to Grady'sColdBrew.com. You're going to get free shipping and put in the promo code NSR. You're going to get 20% off, and they're going to hook you up with delicious cold brew. So go to Grady'sColdBrew.com, put in the promo code NSR. You're going to get free shipping, 20% off. Hook yourself up, get some cold brew in your life, man.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Apple?
You know what?
Chicken
What's
butt.
up?
We also are sponsored by a really nice company called
Define Premium Cannabis.
Biz.
Yeah, this is
It
a
really
cannabis
is a fine
dispensary.
company.
Yeah, it is, and I know. I work there. This helps me pay the
We
bills.
believe in it so much that you work there.
Yeah, that's how much we believe in it. I am employed there. And if you are up in the Portland area, we have 2 dispensaries, one in Hillsboro, one in Forest Grove.
Right on.
And if you come visit us, we will take care of you. We will set you straight for your mind, your body, your soul. This is true medicine. And when you come in to visit us to get your buds or your topicals, your lotions, your edibles, whatever you get, we will take our time. We will explain. There's a lot of new product all the time.
There's so much to learn.
There's a lot of different potencies, and we're there to educate you.
And if you go to the Hillsboro location Monday through Friday and you ask for Apple, when you go in there, he'll come out of the back dressed like a puppy dog. And he'll go over to the case and he'll sniff in the case and he'll find the actual cannabis product that's right for you. And if you tell them at Define Premium Cannabis that you listen to No Simple Road, you're going to get 10% off your purchase and a free t-shirt. Check that out.
That's pretty sweet deal.
Yep, that's no joke. So make sure, come visit us, Hillsboro or Forest Grove. Make sure you tell us that you're a listener. That applies each time you come in. You will get 10% off. The first time, also a free t-shirt. So come visit us at Define. Take care of yourself.
Hey everyone, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters here to let you know that my podcast, Inside the Musician's Brain, is back on the airwaves for season 4, which means it's time once again to get deep with influential musicians from all across the musical landscape to really understand and translate the lessons of success, failure, inspiration, and hard work that are behind the music and the artists that we love. My guests this season include Rachel Price from Lake Street Dives, Sam Bush, Chris Wood, Chris Funk from The Decemberists, Lindsay Liu, MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and more. Check us out, and thanks for listening.
We're so excited to tell you a bit about today's sponsor, Music Masters Collective. They are a nonprofit organization that produces unique music events, providing opportunities for fans and artists to meet and collaborate in an inspired and creative atmosphere.
Music Masters Collective events give you the opportunity to learn from world-class musicians like Otil Burbridge, Steve Earle, Richard Thompson, former members of the band, the Milk Carton Kids, Nikki Glaspie, the Fab Four, and Sean Colvin, and so many more.
At an event like the Milk Carton Kids Sad Song Summer Camp happening this July, you can expect immersive classes, evenings of entertainment, excellent food, and a space for a lucky group of folks to learn, co-write, workshop, and perform with like-minded peers, all with the guidance of Kenneth Pattengale, Joey Ryan, and some of their favorite songwriters. This all-inclusive week in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York is guaranteed to be magical. Scholarships are available and spots are extremely limited, so visit www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple to learn more. That's www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple. Check it out.
No simple road. No simple road. No simple road. No simple road.
Why you mess, man? Got arms hurting, heads hurting.
Yeah, well, hey,
backs
everybody,
hurting.
welcome back.
Hey,
We'll get
now.
into that on my week. I'll
No
do
Simple
some
Road family.
This is how we'll start it off. I mean,
Yeah.
dang, Apple, I'm sorry. You know what?
Sucks,
You
man.
This is my favorite time that you've been sick, though, because usually you become kind of a mean jerk when you're sick. But this time,
It's true.
But this time, you're not mean at all. You're just like,
Really?
oh,
I'm a mean jerk?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, when I don't feel it, I usually stay
It's
in my room.
very rare.
Okay.
I'll say that right now. It's like super rare.
Yeah.
You're not a mean jerk at all, but there's a certain thing that comes over you when you're not feeling good that is like,
Whoa.
whoa, fine.
But
I still love you, Apple, no matter what.
Well, thank you.
yeah, sorry you're
And
not
so
feeling
welcome
great.
to the episode.
Yeah, we just
Everybody.
start off with Apple's problems
Well,
corner.
No,
Oh my God.
Apple, empathy, sympathy, love.
Yeah, Apple needs
Yeah.
a little bit of
Apple
love.
needs extra good love and
Shine his
juju,
way.
guys.
He had a
Yeah, do we want to start off with
Yeah.
our weeks?
Yeah,
Sure, might as well.
Apple
well,
had
wait,
a- wait,
hang
hold
on,
on.
hang on. Stop the train.
Yeah.
Jamel,
Yes, this is
aka Jamal or Jamel. AKA
No,
Jamal.
it's Jamal, aka Jamel, aka Mel.
Yes, and he is a badass.
He's my
Spirit
family.
animal. Spirit animal.
Yeah.
Yep. Period.
He is an amazing human being that has brought a lot of light, laughter, love, and fun to all of us in this family.
Yeah.
And it was an honor and a pleasure
We
and
wanted
a
to share
whole
that.
lot of fucking fun talking
Yes.
to Mel. So
We hope you enjoy this 2-hour conversation because we enjoyed having it. And I still wanted to keep talking after we hung up.
yeah,
Yeah, this one goes longer than usual. It's
Yeah.
because we weren't even pay. Well, not that we ever pay really attention to time,
We-
but
we
this one
don't.
just went so. It was like, what?
I
Yeah.
I
That was-
forgot when we came back to do this episode and I opened the file. I was like, holy shit, we did 2 hours with Mel. That's pretty dope, man. And yeah, you guys are gonna enjoy this. We get into all of it, the whole him getting turned on by the Grateful Dead and music and the whole scene here. So, but first we're in Apple's funk right now. So let's get back to Apple's funk.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we
Just-
need to get into it because you know what I learned today?
What?
By sharing a little bit of your pain or goings ons, you can help somebody else out and you can get blessed yourself in an unexpected way. So
it's true.
Mm.
Yeah.
So tell them what's up, Apple.
Huh? Well, this hasn't been my best week ever. I'm happy to be going to first of all, I'm happy to have like insurance and be able to go to the doctor, and it's tough getting appointments right now. So like this week I had 3 appointments that all fell in the same week. So start off like was it Monday? I don't even
Yeah, it was
remember
on
now.
Monday.
It's been I'm just like wore down. Monday I went to get a cyst removed from my arm, which everything's good, just like a sebaceous cyst, but it's on my arm and had to, cut it open. I got stitches. It was pretty big and my arm's just black and blue from
people kept hitting
all
you
the
all week
injections.
long.
Right where everybody
yeah,
hits you.
yeah, you're like at my work, everybody, you go by to give each other that pat of like, hey man, what's up? And it's right on my left like bicep on the outside where everybody touches it. So it's just been like shocks of pain all week. Not able to sleep good after I had it done because every time I roll over, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, in the middle of the night.
Oh, no.
And so I just haven't slept well, and then I had to go to
Another
the butt,
doctor.
to the butt doctor. One of them just we're honest here, so I have nothing
Hey.
to hide.
Go
Getting
Apple.
older, it's like getting older. It's routine maintenance stuff, and it's a bummer having stuff done to your bum and to be in pain.
Well,
That you
Like
don't
a-
want to have
that you
done.
don't want to have done.
like doctor stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a whole other thing. But
It's true.
but it's been a week of I don't know, just doctors. But I feel good because I'm getting things attended to. I just haven't slept well. I felt like a bummer. So I was happy to hear you guys just say that because I
See?
tried. Like today, I tried I know I feel like shit, but what good does it do to complain or be a jerk about it? I'm just happy to. This morning, I didn't even think I was going to be able to get out of bed for a while. I thought we had an interview this morning I was really looking forward to. I didn't know if I was going to be able to, but I got up, showered, had coffee, got moving. I don't feel great, but what's the alternative? Lay in bed, feel sorry for yourself. I'll do that in a little bit because I definitely need a nap. But I don't know. This I love all you listeners out there. I love Aaron and Mel. That helps me feel better when I'm feeling like this.
I'm just glad that today, for whatever reason, like you just seem different. Like you seem more like a little kid that doesn't feel good, as opposed to a grumpy old man who doesn't feel good.
That's kind of how I feel.
That's kind of how I was
I
saying
did come
it
home
earlier.
the other day, like after the surgery thing, when I had the cyst
Which
removed.
it
I did
sucks,
come
though.
home
It
like
hurts.
cranky
Yeah.
because, and that rarely happens. But
Like,
we all live in the house together, and come home, and you can't expect your roommates to be quiet at 4:30 in the afternoon. Don't make any noise.
When you come home
I'm
early
cranky
from work.
And, yeah, I'm cranky and nappy.
We had a baby here too.
I'm cranky and nappy. So yeah, I apologize for that, but
No, dude.
I appreciate you saying what you said today, because I don't feel good, but what are you gonna do?
Well,
That's
sometimes
something that
it's
came
in the
out-
manner of how you say it too. Like you're saying, I don't want to be cranky and just might say bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes it's not bullshit, or it's not like saying your problem. Sometimes it's just like exhaling.
Well-
Exhaling like the negative or the frustration or the energy that's coming out, and it's saying it in words. You're exhaling it in words.
Yeah.
And it's not like at us. Like sometimes
No.
you just need to say it,
Well,
and then it's done.
And two things to me that, I mean, one thing that definitely is helping with like everything we learned in 2020, what we've gone through, makes it a little harder to be a wussy about
nudge.
things. Yeah, a nudge or an asshole. It's like, everything we just went through, and I'm going to be cranky about this. Number 2 is I can feel like this because I'm attending to it. I'm in the middle of getting these things done.
Yeah.
If it's like a week ago when I wasn't feeling good, but I had not seen a doctor yet, and so that's when, I don't know, for me, that's when you're a little crankier. And nobody likes going to the doctor, but once you go, it's like, okay, I'm doing something. I've got some answers. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're being proactive with your health, and
Yeah.
I guess that's what the difference is too, Apple. It's feels good to see you care about yourself and do something about it.
Yeah.
That's,
And
I
go
guess,
back to the doctor
in a bigger
next
picture.
week, and I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah, and it's rad
and
'cause-
it's needed.
yeah. So thanks for sharing that, because like you said, like I said, sometimes you just saying something like help somebody in a random kind of a way. And so it's important to share your life with people, not everything, but just how you're doing in general, like what's going on.
The longer that we do this show, the more I realize that we have no idea how what we talk about in here between us on the show
Yeah.
is going to affect people out there. We have no fucking
Clearly,
idea.
I certainly
Yeah,
didn't.
we don't know how it's going to affect us sometimes when we
Nope.
have conversations like this.
Well,
and
like last week when I
afterwards,
started
like,
crying off the bat, like I did not expect to do that last week. I was just thinking about you guys and appreciating you guys, and I was emotional, and I don't know where that came from. And then today, Apple with that, like we never know the context of our conversations beforehand, but I learned today that wherever they do take us, that they're positive and helpful for people.
Well, and that's a good correlation with Mel and what he
Yes.
does. Like,
Yes.
honest to God, the first time I saw his reaction videos to the Grateful Dead, it brought me to tears.
Yeah. When he's like, woo!
And because I remember that fucking moment for myself, and then I like re-feel it, and it could seem innocuous doing a reaction video on YouTube, but guess what? We don't know how what we do affects other people.
Yes.
And being honest with ourselves and with each other, and sharing our struggles and our victories and our joy and our sadness and our in-betweens, man, we're all human. That's it. That's the bottom line. And just because we have a podcast and you listen to it doesn't mean that, like, I don't know, I put my fucking pants on one leg at a time just like everybody else. I've had a hard week too. Like, and I have great weeks and shitty weeks, and so
it's life.
Yeah.
Weird weeks. Yeah.
It's our life's a roller coaster.
and we all are in it together, man. And that's the beautiful thing about family, is we can come on here and hang out in the studio together and talk to you guys and each other, and we all don't feel alone, and we have
Yeah.
a place to come chill for a minute, fucking breathe, and get away from the insanity that is the world right now. I mean, I don't know. I was telling Mel last night, I fucking lost my shit yesterday, and in the car. And
You weren't telling me anything. I saw it go down.
no, I was telling you
Lost your
afterwards
shit
about
after,
why.
yes.
Yeah, I lost my shit yesterday. I completely lost my
It
shit.
was, you guys, I mean, I don't know how deep Aaron wants to go into it.
Oh
but
God, fuck that. I ain't trying to be.
It was-
That just happened to be where it happened in the car, or like somebody
was-
upset you.
So
or-
okay,
I was there for the straw that broke the camel's back.
okay.
so
to see that.
Mel came home from work, or I'm sorry, yeah, and I got off work. I mean, I got to leave my room, and
Well, okay. I came home from work and I was like, "Hey, babe, do you want to do something after?" The sun was shining. It was, I mean,
Beautiful
you
day.
guys, it was more than beautiful. It was gorgeous.
gorgeous Portland.
It was
spring
an
day.
A++ day, and so I was like, "Babe, let's just go do anything. Like, let's just be outside, but more than like 5 minutes. Like, let's go do something."
So I was like, let's go grab some food and like go sit outside somewhere and eat, and we'll go down somewhere we can like see people and go hang out. So we get in the car, drive over there, and we both got super baked before we left the house, which I don't
felt-
normally
no.
do. Right?
Yeah.
I don't normally do that, and I got really baked, and Mel had eaten.
I always do that because I'm the passenger.
Yeah, Mel had eaten. I didn't know that she had eaten an edible and smoked out. And so we get in the car.
Yeah, it was Friday. Like, I'm off. It's my weekend.
and we go
like-
downtown, and I'm looking for a place to park, and I find a spot, but I had to make a U-turn to go get the spot on the other side of the street. And
Oh, no,
so
you guys, this was a U-turn nobody would ever make. You would just
it was a
wouldn't make it.
3-point U-turn.
It was 2 parking spots beyond the light after you would cross the intersection. That's really close to just crossing.
Anyway.
You don't do that. That's something
Aaron
no one
does
would do.
things
Aaron
like
does
that.
that.
But I'm just saying.
And somebody had just pulled out of that spot. So I turn around and I put my car in reverse, and this woman comes through the intersection.
No, that's not what. So what I saw, the reason that Aaron did that fast U-turn right after he crossed the light, another lady who just maybe like 7 cars down was already mid U-turn. Already mid U-turn.
So there was a race.
So she had seen the same person leave and already was mid U-turn coming up behind us, but Aaron had stopped it because he went right.
Okay, so what I saw
Okay.
Okay,
is
this is
I
that.
put the car in reverse, and this car comes through the intersection and honks at me, and I was like, no. So I like went to back up again, and she honked and started like, dude, if this woman could have gotten out of the car and ripped my throat out of my neck, she would have. She was like,
She started yelling.
yeah, like screaming, and
I never looked back and saw this
and I
woman's
was like,
face.
I was
You
like,
heard her
during
screaming.
this.
no,
No.
she was like doing it in her car, like,
Oh, okay.
I heard Aaron
and
match her energy
and I was like,
and saw it.
fuck you. I lost my shit. I was like,
He
I'm
was doing the exact same thing that lady did, and
They both had a blow up.
They
Yeah.
had it. It was so.
and Mel's like, you have Grateful Dead stickers on the back of your car. You got No Simple Road sticker on
Be
there.
kind.
And you're yelling at her like, I want to fuck this. I was
No,
like,
so I am just
super lit.
lit. I hadn't eaten since like 9 o'clock in the morning. Here we are at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm waiting to
You're
eat,
just like,
and I had just done yoga, so I was like a little high on yoga energy. And then I smoked, and then I had this edible. The edible hadn't kicked in yet, so it was still fine, but I was elevated, and it was a beautiful spring day. So I was like I was very open. I had like, and I was happy too. And then when
The weather's beautiful, the birds are singing,
Yes,
you're
and
feeling
then-
kind of groovy,
and
you
then
did some yoga, and then all of a sudden,
and then that I get like I felt like Aaron just shitted on my lap, like literally, like what? Like
Oh
you
my
spit on
God.
your favorite dress, like what?
Oh,
I
what'd I
just bought
do?
this cute outfit. Like it was such
my God.
an assault to the night and to the day and to the mood that I was having, that I was like, oh, I go, I need to go. I want to go home. I want to go home.
I was like, fuck that.
And then Aaron-
I'm letting that lady ruin my night.
He's like, I already forgot about her, and I was like,
so who got the spot?
she
she
did.
did. 'Cause
Okay,
I was like,
you relinquished and
No,
took off.
the whole-
I made
whole
him leave.
thing-
I was like, don't you dare.
The whole thing
Okay.
lasted maybe 12 seconds.
No, it lasted at least 45 seconds.
Yeah, the U-turn, all
Oh,
these
Yes.
no.
things.
I'm talking about the yelling.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That was the
That was
end of
super
like the
fast.
story. Then you were like,
I was out of there. And by the time I went around the corner, I was already like, whatever,
okay.
you know.
So did you guys go?
Yeah.
eat or
Yes,
anything?
we did.
Okay.
We did.
No, well, I refused to get out of the car for at least 5 full minutes
Okay.
minimum, which is a good amount of time. Because one, I was getting more.
She was coming onto the edible.
No, not quite yet. But a
There's
little bit
sneaking in there,
starting to sneak in. I can.
But it was
still,
also competing with the adrenaline from what just happened.
and he's acting. Okay, this is what triggered it. This is what triggered my anger / stubbornness about getting out of the car, was that he treated me like my mom treated me when I was little. If I got upset about something that happened, I couldn't express myself, and I wasn't able to like throw a fit, or like, because I had to like be a little lady, or hurry up, we got to leave, or there was no time to have a reaction about something that just really fucking hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And then he wanted me to participate in his thing because he wanted to do it. And it took me a minute to process this. I'm only processing this right now because like I said, the behavior was such an assault because I didn't have a bad day. I didn't have a long day. I wasn't cooped up. I was enjoying the day. So I was in really, like I said, such an open place. And then to get that, and then that behavior, like what you did was you treated me like my mom did. And it all clicked like for me. And I was like, fuck that. Fuck you. I'm not getting out of the car. You can do whatever you want. I'm not getting out of the car.
I was like we pulled up and parked and we ordered food.
And it was like a beautiful parking spot. No one had to compete with. No, it was by
you
itself.
ended up getting the spot, wandered on and found a great spot.
Different spot. And finally like the food's ready. And I'm like, look, we should walk down.
He's like, I'm stoned
fucking high too.
And I was
don't
like,
wanna
don't
walk
fucking
down there
play
by
that
myself,
with me.
man. I'm high
it
too.
It was a ruse. The whole thing was a ruse to try to just like, I need your help to go get. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're trying to prove a point to get me out of the car and try to have fun and forget what happened. This night is what is all about what happened to me, because like I said, it was a trigger, this mom thing with me. It was a feeling that I hadn't felt, and then I refelt it, and then I was like, "Oh shit, that's."
And the whole other side of this thing that we talked about while we were over there was like not Mel's mom.
No,
but like
this is coming up today right now.
Yeah, we're talking about like what the whole day, like me in here dealing with all kinds of shit all day, like a pressure cooker, and Mel's like la 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 la, and I'm like ready to blow, you know, and finally I get out of the house, and that
get a trigger,
and that happens,
and some lady yells at him for a parking spot that he thought was his.
That was like,
and this is what I'm saying, like on your perspective.
No, it was like that was the world yelling at me. On top of everything else,
the world trying to take your spot.
Yeah, I was not fucking having
it
after the day after everything. I was like, no, I'm not fucking taking anybody else's shit today. I'm done taking shit. It's not happening. I don't give a fuck if it's
this spot.
That's right. If it's
here.
a 500-year-old woman, I don't give a fuck. Nobody's stepping on my foot today. I'm done having my feet stepped on. And so we make up and we get out of the car. And we walk down the street to go get some ice cream at Salt and Straw. And we walk in and because Salt and Straw makes everything better.
Yeah.
First of all. And we're paying for the ice cream. And I look over on the wall, and you know where the wild things are?
Yes.
You know the monsters in Where the Wild Things? There's a painting by the cash register of one of the monsters, and he's sitting like holding his knees, like sitting on his butt with his knees in front of him, like with his arms
up.
Yeah. And he's got this sad look on his face and his ice cream is on the ground. Right.
Uh-huh.
And I told Mel, I said, you see that? See that picture? That's exactly how I feel today.
That's when I stopped being like mad at the situation. Like I wasn't ever really mad at Aaron. I was so.
Yeah. We don't fight.
My feelings were so hurt. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't understand why they were so hurt. I knew that the whole like scenario felt ugly and like angrily charged, but I just didn't understand why it affected me in a certain kind of a way.
Stunned. It sounds
Well,
like
no,
that
it was
moment,
it was a thing about her mom that.
Yeah,
brought
like
it up.
Aaron is talking about that woman represents the world, and then and from my perspective, it was like my husband's giving me what my mom gave me. No choice to feel how I want to feel and react how I want to react. That's part of where I feel stunted. Like this, I've been talking about this like for almost like half of the pandemic. Maybe, yeah, in May it'll be 1 year actually. So this, conversation that I'm having with myself about my mom has been going on for a while, but this kind of brought it to a head because I've been really talking about it. And then I got a text this morning from Wes, from Almost Familiar. It was so beautiful. I didn't even get to tell you, Apple, about it, but just like thanking me for sharing what I shared about my mom last week because, he just could relate. And like, I've been going through this really deep seated feeling about like what is stunting my growth and what's like this childhood trauma, that everybody goes through, but like I'm getting closer to mine.
But that's yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer to mine. And this thing about letting anybody else, but specifically my mom, not let me express myself, not let me emote or emote how they allow, to the degree that she can handle it or to the degree that she wants it or how she wants it or if she's able to deal with it. Like, but it's never mine. It's always got to be.
Yeah. See, and that's
stunted.
That's your lens. That's not where I'm coming from.
That same thing.
Yeah.
You had your lens, I had mine, but in all of that, that's what, like when you listen to music, you're listening through it from your ears.
Yeah.
You're not hearing it from anyone else's, and it's taking you back to your memories and to your experiences. And that's why we go for our personal thing. Like, even though it was a fight between you and me, it was like a fight between me and me. Figuring out like, this is it right here. This is the repeat feeling that you hated and that you're in it right now. And you need to talk about it and you need to recognize it and you need to bring it up because this is part of the key that's going to like, let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's
when
why
you get thrown into a spot like that within yourself, you can't just step out of it or turn it off.
No.
You're fucking there.
Exactly.
It's like I'm not. I can't just turn this fucking off now.
No.
I'm here. Oh, damn.
Yeah, and it really sucked. And I think maybe that's why too. Like when we got home, like the edibles started to kick in when we got home, like full force. You know.
Well, we had a great night after that.
Okay. Well, when I got home, I just felt something when I came home.
You know,
I came home because after a weird week and just kind of tired, but also, first of all, very jazzed to get home to watch La Special do that stream of the
Frizzle
Fry Friday. But I got home and I was like almost hoping that you guys were just chilling on the couch and it was just very calm.
Mm-hmm.
We were eating dinner, watching a movie.
It was
but
quiet.
Apple can feel energy.
The feeling.
Yeah,
the feeling. I was like, "Hey, guy," and you both kind of looked at me like almost like
just,
raccoons in the dark.
Yeah, we just
you guys
gone through
like
that.
looked over like, "Hey, how are you?" Like, and then back to it. And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go change and go
I
chill on the
wanted to
patio."
be fun. I was so excited for you to get off work, especially because I was like, I hope this is one of the nights in my own head. I hope this is one of the nights Apple feels like hanging out because I'm like dancy and like excited. And I had forgotten about the Frizzle Fry. So I was excited, but I had no emotional energy to be happy.
You got really, really, really high.
I'm so glad I did because that was my numbing agent last night. Like that's for
and I could
what I
tell
was
when
feeling.
you went to go to bed. That's when you
I
looked
couldn't
at
help
me.
it.
You're like, "Apple, can you turn it?" Because that is a very bassy stream and everything. And I was like, it's just ending. And I was done. I was tired. I wanted to really watch that. And
well,
I saw Mel's eye. That was my point that I saw when you looked at me, you were like, Apple, could you please turn that down? Like the way you said it, the way you looked at me, your eyes were just kind
It
of.
wasn't even loud. It was just like you said, it's the bass. For me, like I've learned being older, like, you know, how concerts have messed up maybe all of our ears.
What?
But for me, it's bass. Bass fucks my head up. Like I feel like I'm being tortured if the bass is a certain
Well, your ears are
level.
messed up from.
I mean, it's messed up
years
from a
ago
lot of
too,
things, but yeah, they can't tolerate that bass.
But yeah, man, it's a trip to have stuff come up like that. And there's like, everybody always says there's two sides to every story. And, you know, I think that's one of the best tools that you and I have is we do now 23 years into being married. We do talk about shit. We don't let it fester. And we pretty much
Well,
talked
I've
it
let
out.
a lot of other things fester, and that's what this is about, really, is like these bubbling emotions. And I think now what our relationship is like a catalyst for these things. Like it's a way to get these things out. Like, you know, you're frustrated about your situation, about being home, and about the media, and about whatever, and your job, and I come in all fucking happy, and you're not mad at me for being happy, but you're mad at me for being, you know, like frustrated.
No.
Not just like
That's not correct.
well, it's not correct, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not mad. I know exactly what you're saying because we've gone through this. Well, it's been a while, but like summer last year when we got mad, and I was like, dude, and I got it from his end. Like, we're going out every day. We come home like fired up from work with that adrenaline going. He's not getting that. You remember that you're talking? It was like you're like I'm like I'm sorry I had a good day. Like was
That's
out.
what I'm talking
and came
about.
Home,
That's what
and
I'm
he was
saying.
like, I'm not mad at you. It just sucks that like he's not getting that.
Yeah.
And he gets to see us come home like fucking had a wonderful day. People were wonderful. It was great out there.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah. That's
what
tough.
I was saying.
Yeah, it's tough. And that doesn't negate all the other shit that goes on during the day that you're not involved in that you don't see. You know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
has that.
Yeah.
You don't.
And especially now with everything, our headspace, like today, just recording, I'm kind of glad to me. I already said I don't feel the greatest, but we're all kind of off a little today.
yeah.
I've noticed, like we're like trying to recall, like what's that code? We're all just like, "Durr." Usually, at least one of us has the answers, but we're just kind of, you know, it's heavy what we've gone through and what we're still going through, and the adaptation back to.
And it's still
Things.
a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was like at one of the tops of the roller coaster. I was like, whew, it's finally over.
Yeah, at the
Finally
top
not going to
looking
have to
out.
do the roller coaster thing anymore. Ah!
What?
Shit.
Another loop.
Fuck. Here we go again.
Lost my stomach. Here
Yeah.
comes a loop. I'm not
My-
ready for
I
this.
puked all over some lady I didn't know. Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I guess enough said. But
Yeah, well, you know what? I kind of like where this just went. This intro, we just got a lot of like, emotion and heavy truth stuff
Well, yeah.
out and everything.
Yeah,
which is a
so
great
much.
kind of segue, like a 180 of what you guys are going to hear pretty soon with this interview.
it's a
with
kind of
Jamel.
heavy interview too.
It's a heavy.
Yeah,
well,
he-
yeah.
it is
He
pretty
sharing
heavy.
his story and stuff.
Yeah, he shares
and,
a lot, and ironically, when he shared his story about his family and how he grew up and stuff, like after that conversation, I started thinking about my mom, and that was kind of remember that? Do you remember that? That was the beginning, not the beginning, but that was like, I would say another point.
Another catalyst.
Yes. And so this, I feel like maybe it's even full circle, you know, like the feelings that what his story brought up in me and my family, and then what I just mentioned what happened with Aaron last night. Like, you guys are hearing it as fresh can be. Like, these are connections that I'm making
In real time.
Like, and I couldn't have planned it like this.
Well, I guess in hindsight of last night and going into the interview with Jamel, I'm sorry that I triggered that, babe. it wasn't intentional, and I'm sorry that happened.
I mean, I am too, but I'm not,
No, I know, and me too, but I'm sorry that it affected you like that.
I mean,
I love
appreciate that.
I love you.
I love you too.
Because you came and apologized to me last night. You were like, I didn't know that you were feeling like that. I didn't understand your side of it, and let's do a do-over. So
Do-over.
Back at you.
Yeah. Once you showed me that picture and said that that's how you feel, I was like, oh, that's why he was being a little monster. Cause
he dropped his ice cream and he's all balled up. Like,
something happened to him. And that's usually, I thought about that lady. That's what I was thinking about that lady when I was like, is that parking spot that important to you for the rest of the night?
Mm-mm.
So
It wasn't about the spot.
Like you said, then it wasn't about the spot, and then you go you end up with a better spot.
It had nothing to do with the parking spot. And it also had nothing to do with that lady.
it had nothing to do with any of it.
It was just the pot boiling over, and that was the
that
flame.
was again the needle in the haystack.
It's just like, and then that just
Fuck,
snapped.
man, and that's the other
it
thing.
Could have been anything.
I said to you last night, like, look, nobody's perfect. Like,
What did I say?
And I was like, I don't give a fuck what stickers are on the back of my car. I'm not perfect.
And you know what? If that lady was being a bitch, then I would have strolled out ready to go. But I'm just saying, the way I'm ready to go would be like, listen, I'm sorry. My husband's having a hard time right now. I'm sure you are too. Can we please just get back in the car? You take the spot.
I've seen you go all
and
Bronx
let's go.
You have the spot.
Yeah,
We're gonna go
and
get
I
some
absolutely
ice cream.
can, and that's why whenever you see me acting like a sweetheart, then you just better thank your lucky stars, because it really could have been the other way.
Mm-hmm. Bronx Melanie.
I know how to bring it, but I don't.
I just love that all of this that all led to Salt and Straw ice cream. Because when I came home, I actually did get excited like a kid, because it's been a rough week. And when I walk in the door, the first thing Aaron said, you guys say hi, and Aaron goes, I got you pear and blue cheese ice cream. And I didn't hear him correct. I'm like, what? And he's like, pear and blue cheese ice cream in the freezer for you. And I was like a kid when you get that, like, you kind of stutter a little, like you're so excited.
What?
You can't, I'm just like,
My favorite toy.
I loved you before, I love you more now. I think it's what I said.
I
and
told
then
you.
Oh God, I love that ice cream.
Salt and
It's
straw
a
makes
weird
everything
combination, but it's so good. I
Mm-hmm.
very much enjoyed 2 servings of that last night.
All right. I ate half a pint of ice cream myself. Let's do the business.
Wait a minute. Thanks, Jamel, for helping to bring about a powerful healing in my life. Like, just by being yourself. You're not even doing anything like special other than being rad and doing awesome videos, loving your wife, being a sweetheart, and that's blessing me. So thank you for helping along my healing journey.
And also thank you for becoming part of our family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
man.
NSR fam.
And the Grateful
Jamal
Dead
says
family.
it at the end of this too.
And the hoodie looks good on you.
He felt like family at the end of this, just like we did. We had such
Oh,
a
is
good
it?
time talking with Jamal here. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
I said hoodie, Jamal. I meant shirt.
So we're going to do the business. You guys want to pony up on your phones and get the reviews ready?
Oh, yeah. The reviews are ready. We got
So
reviews,
check this
guys.
out. If you listen to No Simple Road every week and you haven't left a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, please do. Please do it for us. It makes us happy. And also, it helps other people find out about the show. That's how other people find out about the mycelial network of No Simple Road. And we have 2 lovely listeners this week that hooked us up. Who's going first?
I'll do one. Apple, you do one.
Okay, you go for you pick,
yeah.
and I'll do the other one.
I'll do. Oh, this was on March 5th, and this is from Scott_CT. Let there be songs to fill the air. It's a 5-star review too.
Yeah.
Thanks for spreading positivity and kindness. You guys make it feel like you've invited us into your home, and we have been friends with you forever. I always feel better after listening to your podcast. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks so much. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
That's rad. That's a
speak your
sweet
name.
synopsis. Thank you.
We speak your name. Oh. Okay, then do the other
Your turn,
one.
Apple.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what does that say? B Pike?
It's H.
Oh, H. Okay,
H.
see, my I don't have my glasses. He Pike 99, the greatest podcast that ever existed.
That's rad. That is so rad.
5-star review. Do you like music? Do you like cool, fun people?
Yeah.
Do you like laughing?
Yeah.
Do you like smiling?
Of course I do.
Well, if you answered no to any of the above, this podcast isn't for you. And I suggest you seek professional help. This podcast is awesome. These people are awesome.
Oh.
I love them and can't wait for more podcasts.
Oh.
Get in the bus. It's parked and ready to go.
Hell yeah, it is.
I can't believe I hadn't done a review on this. My apologies, NSR crew.
Oh, no
No
apologies.
apologies necessary,
Yeah,
man.
this
Thank
was,
you. Thank you so much for this with 2 reviews.
Dang.
Yay.
So anytime we say, oh man, we don't have a review, Scott_CT and he Pike 99, you don't have to worry about that. We're
Yep,
not
we're
talking
not
about
talking to you no more.
Tony B, we're not talking about
You
you.
know.
We're talking about everybody else who loves the show, who listens, that can bless our heart like that. Those were super sweet letters. Like, that's my favorite part because they're heartfelt.
It's thoughtful.
They're thoughtful. That's why I love them so much.
So this isn't a review, but it's a submission contact through the website. And yeah, if you ever want to send anything to us, you can send it to info@nosimpleroad.com, or you can go to the contact page on our website at www.nosimpleroad.com. You can also get No Simple Road merch there. But this is I actually woke up to this morning, and it is from Rick. It says, love this podcast. Hi, No Simple Road family. I've been listening to you for about 2 years, and I've been meaning to email you since I first heard about the podcast. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate what you're doing. I tweeted a couple of episodes and just donated to the show, something I've been meaning to do for a while. I know it's not much, but it's a little something. Seems these days a lot of people need help or a smile, so sometimes I do a couple of donations in a week and then I have to cut back. Sorry, it couldn't be more. Man, listen, don't apologize. I just want to also express that to me, in a time when we all need models of more loving, peaceful ways to behave. By the way, this coming on the heels of the story we just told is just totally busted me this morning. You guys are at the top of my list. I hear the kindness, the respect, the careful listening, the humor, and more importantly, the love. Frankly, I often say save your episodes for a Friday and to work because it's one of the best ways to start a weekend. Today I was feeling a little bit disconnected. We all do now. I'm married, have 3 kids, and I work as a content strategist helping to craft the content of a university website of some 5,000 pages. We're on overdrive, working weekends. Since the pandemic started, everything needs to come through us, it seems, so it's been a challenge on every level. But I hear the care and kindness with which you treat one another, and it's nothing short of spectacular. Like pulling up to the lot at a Grateful Dead show and seeing a crowd of friends you don't know yet, but want to and will on some level before the encore. Thank you so much for that and for making me smile and laugh out loud more times than I can count. And also thanks for really digging deep with every guest with intelligent, thought-provoking questions and conversation. Lots of love, Rick. I hope you all have the best weekend.
Wow, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
That means so much.
Yeah, man. It means a lot, and it means a lot. I don't know how else to say that, but
Yeah,
I hope you hear
that
me.
makes sense.
It's always those times where while we were doing Shop Tour Bus intro, the commercial, I thought about, I had a bad day. I came home, and this was like early on in the show, and I had gotten a package, and it was around my birthday, and Shop Tour Bus had sent me a t-shirt for my birthday, and it had gotten there that day. And I remember opening it up in the kitchen and just like crying because I was had such a bad day and I was so frustrated. And I came in, and then I had a little blessing from
It's like a little ray of light.
from our sponsor. It was something that was from the show.
Like the show gave you a little blessing.
Exactly. Something from the show that it was a blessing from not my kids, not from my family, like my home, like my mom or dad or husband, or like it was some exterior, not my friends. It was something else that blessed me, and I was just so grateful. And when life gets hard around here, I feel like there's always some blessing from the show that just
comes through the listeners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that when we get the communication or the correspondence from the listener, the show, it's old they're writing about. It's an older show, and we're receiving the blessing in real time when we need it.
No Simple Road is a time machine.
But do you know where I'm getting at, right?
Yeah.
Like
I'm not
they're
being silly.
blessing us from something that they think to believe current, but it's already pre-recorded and we are receiving it in real time.
It's their current.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's, you guys never cease to amaze me with your generosity, your eloquent ways of expressing how what we do, like changes your life or inspires you or helps you. So,
and
thank
you know
guys.
what, man?
All I can say is thank you.
On the heels of that generosity thing, we have a new $10 patron.
Woo!
Tifa just became a $10 patron. You are producing this episode of No Simple Road today, Tifa, with Jamel.
All about love and healing.
And you became a Patreon while we were recording. We're sitting here doing an interview and an intro today, and it happened while we were recording.
Yep.
It was
Oh, shit, it did.
101. Like, boom, that just came through. So, Tifa,
You
we speak
rock.
your name.
Yeah,
we
we speak
love
your
you.
name.
We appreciate the support.
Thanks for being part of the family, Tifa. And for all of you out there, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's patreon.com/No Simple Road. And that is how we pay for the show. That's how we get to bring you this amazing, fun, wonderful content every week. And it's how we get to continue doing the thing that we love the most and giving it out to you guys and letting you play with it, play with our fun toys. So we love you guys, and thank you for supporting us and sending us all the love and caring about us and, giving us the feedback and helping us financially and spiritually, emotionally, and all
the
of
ways.
it. We appreciate you
In all
guys.
the ways.
So in all the ways, we're going to bring you
Super sweet, powerful, strong, positive, inspiring, funny,
humble, kind,
loving man.
yeah.
Yes.
So without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Jamel. You need to turn me down. Turn me down.
Is that Brother Jerry right there? Yeah. I see him on the table.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes.
You can't miss that beard and them glasses.
No, man. Iconic. So
Oh.
is it Mel?
My family calls me Mel
Okay.
or Melly Mel.
All right. All right.
That's why I got this silly tattoo I got right here. That my sister, rest in peace, she got for me when I turned 17.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I used to wear Adidas all the time. So it's Mel.
All right, man. I'm Aaron. How you doing?
We're Aaron in the middle.
Aaron in the middle.
All right.
Mel. You're talking to another Mel.
Yeah. Yep. I think I said that.
Yep. And then
I'm Apple. Apple's my
Apple.
Apple's my last name. I just go by that.
Oh.
It's James, but I go
Okay.
by Apple.
It's good to meet you,
see,
man.
Good to meet y'all too, man. My birth name is Jamel.
Okay.
But every time I tell someone that, they end up calling me Jamal.
oh.
Okay.
So that's how my name came about.
All right. All right.
I wondered about that.
So
Yeah.
we were just hanging out outside. We're in Portland, Oregon. Where are you at?
I'm in you can say
Oh, okay.
Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in Chino Hills, which is like 30 minutes out.
Right.
Down the street from Snoop Dogg.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You
we-
guys be having lunch and stuff for what?
Oh no, he be it's this cloud and mist I be trying to stay away from that.
oh yeah. hmm
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a cloud.
Yeah,
that-
He's definitely clouded for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, Mel, man, first, before we even do anything else, I just want to say something to you, man.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do, man. Like, for real. As we all know, 2020
Yeah.
has been a a thing. And
Ooh-wee.
and
Doozy.
watching what you do has brought so much joy to this house, man.
Yes.
I appreciate
Yes.
y'all, man.
For real.
I appreciate y'all.
Each one of us as an individual and then us as a group, because we, hang out and we just watch the video. So there's nothing like sharing a video together at the same time where we can see just the pure reaction. And you've done some of my favorite songs and made me remember some of my favorite songs from growing up. And yeah, you're a DJ of sorts,
I know exactly what you mean.
And it feels good, one, because first of all, your name is Mel. So when I found out, I was like, what? and then you kind of remind me of my family,
Yeah.
and you look like a big dude. I've always been surrounded by big, tall men in my life. And then I saw that you dancing to Los,
The
Salsa.
Azules.
yes. Oh my
The Los
gosh.
Angeles Azul. Man, I love that band.
You were
Cumbia.
getting it. Yes. Killing it, getting it. And it just reminded me of my family, and it just brings joy. Darren's right. Like in a time where it was, like we just said, it was a doozy. Like just to see you dancing in your garage. And thank you.
I was dancing because I had got frustrated with YouTube. So I said, you know what? Go work out.
Yes.
Get some,
Yeah.
and I went in there and just started dancing and just to clear my mind,
Did it work?
but it did.
It
did.
did.
Good.
But because a lot of times you'll hear people say like, I don't understand the point of reaction videos.
Okay.
And I explained to someone, I said, let's say something happened, right? And you seen it and somehow you recorded it. The first thing you want to do is show somebody.
Yeah.
And I said, the reason you want to show someone because you want to see how they are about to react to what
Yes, what you saw.
you just seen. Yeah, that's like that ultimate joy or whatever the reaction or whatever video you have in possession. That's what you want to see, is that initial reaction to see if they feel the same way you do. And then it just trickles down. Everybody want to see it and see it and see it. But that's the whole point of it, is just getting that joy back. And that's what I said. I understand when people request songs because when they request a song and I react to it, and then I would like, I've heard this before, but I never knew the name of the song or the artist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my parents used to play this. I'm like, this is who sings this?
Okay.
So
It's something else too, man. One of the things that really drew me to watching what you do, of course, it was the Grateful Dead stuff that first pulled. Well, actually, I think one of the first ones I ever saw you do was Tool, but the Grateful Dead ones,
man.
It did something for me that nothing else has done, and it's brought me back to the feeling I felt when I first started listening to the music in a really weird way, man. Like watching you feel it made me re-feel it.
Right.
And there was a couple times I watched what you were doing. There's tears coming down, man. Like, wow, yes, that was why.
That's what they'll do to you.
Yeah, man. So seeing you, the term is get on the bus. And I saw somebody post a comment for you the other day. It was like, we got Jamel on the bus and now he's driving it.
I seen that one. Yeah, I seen that one.
But seeing you get on the bus reminded me of my first show was back in 1989. And it reminded me of that, and that there was a feeling that happened that night, like a certain thing that went down, and it brought me back to it. And that's special, man. That's a really unique talent to be able to convey that to people.
Right.
And what I'm most curious about is when you started listening to like Fish and the Dead on your reaction videos, had you seen it prior? Had you listened
No.
to any of it?
I never knew.
Oh shit.
I never knew who Grateful Dead was at all.
Wow.
Wow.
My first reaction was just to let you know how I didn't know is I had reacted to Touch of Grey, I believe. The audio version.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And then someone said, "Hey man," and I didn't know if they were serious or not. Because there's so many, like when you mention Grateful Dead, there's so many like when someone says like, "Hey man, the Dead are heard best live." I'm like, dead and live. I'm thinking like alive. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? And then I watched the video and I'm like, hell, they're skeletons. What the? They were skeletons playing on.
They are
I'm like,
dead.
I'm like, what are y'all doing to me? What are y'all talking about right now? Because I was so confused. But I'll just say this to sum up them for me. I just say the Dead woke me up.
Whoa.
Growing up, I tell people this all the time. You only gonna know what you're shown.
Right.
You get and hopefully when you get to an age in life, a point in life where you're able to like kind of just want to venture off and kind of explore, because I was only exposed to hip hop, R&B, or gospel music. A lot of people, I play around, I like to have fun, and it comes from a dark place as far as how I grew up. I tell people all the time, I grew up in a 1.5 bedroom with 20 people in that house. Wow. And the only people who wasn't on any type of drugs or anything were like the kids and maybe a couple more people. But when you walk outside, you see violence. You hear like drug dealers playing music loud in their cars. It's all rap music and stuff. So that's all I was exposed to. Or just when I was young, like 8, 9 years old, I can remember my father listening to a lot of Kool and the Gang, stuff like that,
Yeah.
But as I got older, I started listening or hearing different music, not really listening to it, but just kind of hearing it. Especially like with my job, I tell people it's like 2 radio stations that is played in my job. One is country music, just all the way through. And then there's one manager that will play like just random, I forgot the name of the station, but they play a lot of 70s, 80s music. But I never, I work overnight, so I have my own headphones on, so I'm listening to what I want to, but then I might catch like a hook or something, and then I go to react to it, and I'm like, oh, I heard this song at work.
Oh.
But once I started listening to the Grateful Dead, I said, you know what, because of how I grew up and I seen so much violence, and I was just like, man, what is this? I could have went that route too, but I as I got older, I felt more like I wanted to bring people together. I felt I was being a role model for my 2 little brothers, like
it had the
almost
opposite
like a father.
effect.
What's that?
It had the opposite effect.
Exactly. I said, I think that's one of the things that kept me on a positive road was just trying to be there for my little brothers. But listening to the Dead, I'm like, man, this, especially Eyes of the World, man, that did something to me. I rewatched that reaction and I seen myself like something happened to me. It was crazy.
You're not the only one. That's the weird thing about it, man. That's why we're sitting in this room filled with Grateful Dead stuff. It's not silly. For us, it transcends being a fan of a band. It's not that. It's what you're talking about right there. It's that because I heard you say it like you were like Robert Hunter was a prophet.
Yeah.
At 110,000%. Like,
Yeah.
There's very few bands I can count on one hand that like the lyrics to a song have followed me through my life. And like the Bible does that too. Like it'll mean different stuff for you at different points in your life, but it's the same passage or the same lyric.
Right.
The Grateful Dead songbook has grown up with me as I grew into an adult and a man. And the meanings of the songs have done something like inside. And
exactly.
And to see that, like, I don't know, man. I've been at
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I've been at shows with 75,000 people at Soldier Field, or 30,000 people at the Forum, and to feel the feeling of that happening for everybody at the same time.
Right.
That to me is like the ultimate thing. That's why after I went to my first Grateful Dead show, I left the Forum, drove back to Las Vegas, sold all my shit, bought a school bus, and went on tour. It's like I'm going. Like I want to know this, but seeing it happen for you was really cool. And I think that's what our community reacted to with you, is that we were all feeling our feelings again, watching you get turned on to it, man.
Yeah.
It made Aaron definitely was like the first fan in the house of you, and I would come home, and he'd be out there just giggling and just full of joy and showing me. He's like, you got to check this out, and like he got us all into
on the bus with Jamel.
Watching you, and like he said,
I binged last days off. Yeah,
your reaction to especially the Grateful Dead stuff made me go back and listen to some songs, because me and Aaron have both said sometimes there's so much music out there, you're always listening to new things, and sometimes Grateful Dead gets put on the shelf for a little while. But seeing your reactions is like taking your friend to the first show. You get so excited, you get to hear it through their ears. You've made me go back and listen to stuff. It's like, oh my God, he had some good points there. When you're getting the build, I love it when you do you just have to pause it. You can't help. You're like, oh, there's some shit building here. Hold on. You're like, let me get myself ready for this. There's some shit getting ready to go down. And it made me, it like made it new to me again too. And it really, it's just awesome what you do. And you are so genuine in your reactions and everything, and just love it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. And something else that you taught me, and it's been over 30 years that I've been listening to that band. And one of the misconceptions that I had was that you had to be high to get it. I really did think that for a very long time. And
I get that a lot in the comments. People say, hey, you should listen to them while you're doing this.
You don't need it. You got it, man.
I told people that I think I'm past even though I do reactions, I'm past the reaction, mainly because of Grateful Dead, because I'm in the learning process of life. I'm 40, but you know how they say you learn something new every day.
Right.
And I'm really they really, really make me listen. How they say Robert wrote the lyrics, Jerry wrote the music. It's so true. And my wife, she's from the Bay Area, and I was so excited after I listened to what's the song, Mission in the Rain. Yeah, I was so excited I was like, hey, next time we go up there, because her parents still live up there, I said, I want to go to this. I want to see. I got to go take a picture or something. I want to see if that church or something is still there that was from that video. But yeah, man, I just feel like I'm learning, because when I listen to Grateful Dead, I listen with an open mind, an open heart, and I really try to just really feel the music, feel the lyrics. That's why I'm so excited to go to a show, just to be around the people. I listen to them and I'm just like, man, I never thought that just me coming from how I grew up, forget my background, just mainly just the music I grew up with. I never thought I would be at this point in my life where I'm like craving this type of music versus like I don't even really like. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like my sister and my wife, they listen to like, I listen to some hip hop songs just because it's on, but I don't go searching for it, you know, because I'm old school, like I said before, Run DMC, LL Cool J. Like today's like the rap music today, I can't do it. They're smart as far as, you know,
the game,
making a good beat that people can dance to. That's how they're staying really relevant. But if you really listen to the lyrics, nothing's there. It's all in the same song.
Wow.
If you go to Grateful Dead, you know, I want to listen to music that not only makes me feel something, but actually want to go out and spread that to the people, you know, that same feeling. That's where I'm at in life right now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good place to be in life.
And I hear you,
especially today.
Yes, yes.
Well, like you're saying with the rap, I get that with the rap because me and Mel listen to it quite. I listen to rap when I'm in the car. There's something about driving to work and driving home that gets me hyped. Like me and Mel, we always joke around. It's like we want to be hype men and like Migos or something. You know, just be the person in the back going brr, brr, cricket.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean that music. that music's awesome. I love it. Yeah. But it doesn't last long. It like goes stale pretty quick. I feel bad for those artists because they have to constantly be refiguring out them, so they have to stay relevant all the time. And rap, if you don't stay relevant and stay fresh, you're forgotten about quickly.
They're catering to the youth, but they're not teaching the youth. That's what's happening.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There's okay.
Do you know of any that are doing that right now?
Rappers?
Yeah.
I will say that there's like big fans. I'm a big fan of Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
J. Cole.
Okay.
And what's the other one named? Joyner Lucas. You know, I'll always be a fan of Eminem. I said the other day, I don't react to him because I like to watch certain reactors who they'll pause their reactions probably about 30 times and they'll break down each. I could do that too, but I just like to kind of just sit in this because Eminem do these all little double, just all this crazy stuff. But I just, you know, when I listen, like when I work out, for instance, I go to like a 80s, maybe 90s hip hop playlist or something like that. You know, because that's what's in my soul right there.
Right.
But like that's why when I reacted to Grateful Dead Shakedown Street, I was like, what? I said, what the hell is going on?
Yes.
I said, wait a minute. because of what I had heard from them. And then I got to that and I was like, wait a minute. And then he was like, maybe the darkness is in your eyes. I said, oh my God. I said, what? Like, not only it was surprising because of the beat, it just reminded me of just, you know, that don't. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this is incredible, you know?
Yes.
And people were saying that was like Disco Dead. But I was just shocked. That one shocked me. Like,
I loved watching it, man.
I was so shocked just to hear that because I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was going to be something slow.
They were coming from the neighborhood with that one.
Yes, they was. Shakedown Street.
You
that
know,
was really good.
Fish will do that for you too a little bit. Fish has their funk. You know, that song Maze, man. Oh man. Yeah.
And at that part where he said the overhead view looking down at your life, you know, choose your path correctly, because if you follow the wrong people, this is where you're gonna end up. And I thought about Pac-Man. I'm like, you can't leave out this side, come in on the next one. Sometimes you go out that side and it's over for you.
You're done. Yeah, man. Seeing that, like those pure reactions are the thing. Like you said, there's other reactors that will pause their videos 30 times and break shit down.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I was just gonna.
I never knew about reaction videos at all, and I'm late to the party, I guess. But when I saw yours, first of all I was like, "This. Why didn't I know about this? This is awesome." But real quick, I want to go back to the eyes of the world thing, because you said when you saw that, that's what changed for you. What happened during, like, when you said you went back and saw yourself, like, what was the change and how did it start? You know, how did it manifest? It
was, I'm trying to remember a certain lyric or part of the song, but it was like when I got the message and you know, when you hear something, like, you know how sometimes you need to hear something to know that it's inside you. Yes. Like, it's like they brought something out. I was like, man, it's like, this sounds like if I was an artist, not saying it would be in the same arrangement or tune, whatever, but this sound like some lyrics I would want to get out to the world. Ooh. You know? And I was, because like I said, I'm like in a learning process now. I'm really trying to learn the music and the lyrics and what people are really, really, really talking about, like trying to take a deep dive into it. And like, I just, you know, when I was listening to that song, I was just like, man, I was like, this is beautiful. Mm. And I you know, I call my wife beautiful, you know, but I've never said that about a song. Like, this is beautiful. Unless it's a guy singing a song about a woman, like, oh man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was just the message. It was a beautiful message. And I just, when I watched myself, I saw my face and I was just like, I know what people, when I see people commenting, they're saying Jamel gets it. I say, you know what? I think they're right. I think I do.
Yeah, you do.
I think they're right.
You can, after like, okay, I went to my first show. Him and I have been friends since I was 12 and he was 14.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. You see
that is beautiful.
It's brothers at this point, you know?
Yeah.
So I was 18 when I went to my first show and had that experience that you're talking about where like it did something. And I came back, he wasn't with me. I came back and I'm like, this thing happened. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
I thought he lost his damn mind. I was like, I lost my friend. He's growing, you know, he's going on a bus. He's forgetting everything. I thought he'd lost his damn mind because I didn't get it yet.
But I finally got him to a show like 2 years later. And I got to see that moment on his face that you're talking about, that you got to see on your own face. I got to see that moment for him when it was like, oh shit.
And he didn't. I remember he didn't say nothing. He's like walking in just smiling, and I was almost annoyed. I can remember, like quit smiling at me. and I'm like, oh my god, these hippies smell, and man, the chicks with hairy armpit, like all the whole thing. Yeah. Walked out like, I love everybody. Give me a hug. Life changing.
And after all these years of seeing it, like I've seen it so many times, it's like a radar at this point.
Yeah.
Like I have a detector for that moment. And when I saw it, I felt it. Like, that happen. I was like, oh shit, it just went on, man. Oh my God. Yeah. And that, the thing that you just said, like you saw in the comments, people saying, oh, Jamel gets it. And you're like, yeah, I think I do. Like, don't ever doubt that, man. That it's what it means for you. And nobody can tell you that you didn't feel it. Right.
Right.
That's it. that's like if there's a price for entry into the club, that's the price for entry into the club, is that feeling of like awe, and that it did something for you. At least,
Yeah.
I'm no spokesperson, but in my experience, that's the thing. And like, you know, you said you're taking a deep dive. It doesn't end.
Oh yeah.
It's forever with
Yeah.
I don't like, I've gone through, like, I like the 70s stuff the best. And then I'm like, well, but I really like some of the late 80s stuff. And then, you know, so it doesn't end, man. And like I said, the music continues to change and grow with you. And, you know, we, because of what we do, you know, the podcast and you with your channel, you have a really unique position. You know, we're in a really weird time right now.
Very extremely weird.
Yeah, as humanity. And like, we were just talking to a friend last night, like, there's all this potential for good stuff to happen, but there's a real lack of like leadership.
See what you just said right there? That explains me growing up.
Oh,
Okay.
What do you mean?
You see what I'm saying?
Can you explain that?
Like I had the potential to wait, one more time, what'd you say? You said there's a lot of potential.
A lot of potential for good to happen, but a lack of leadership.
Yeah, there was a lot of potential for me as a child to be good, but I had lack of leadership in my life. So it's happening for me now.
Oh,
because I'm discovering it on my own. You know,
wow.
That's what I'm saying. That right there, what you just said, gave me chills, brother.
Good,
It gave
man.
all of us chills.
Yeah, man.
You know,
that right there,
right?
yeah.
Because what Aaron was saying about the platforms, now that everybody can and does have a platform, just depends on how many people are watching it, you know?
Right.
What are you doing to bring your certain type of leadership out there and your good vibes and whatever, and like just your flavor to the pot? What are you doing? And that, what he just said, that leadership has just been kind of ringing in like right here on the side, you know, if somebody was breathing over your neck. And it's not necessarily bad or good, it's just like it needs to be addressed. There's so many issues that are hot right now, but there's no leadership in any of those avenues that are legitimate, that are really inspiring to be behind, you know? And like,
I feel it.
Oh, that's where we're going. Okay, let's do it. It's just like, okay, I guess because that's what everybody else is doing, I'll go. It's like somebody needs to spark that, ignite that fire in us to fight for and work for something good too, not just always fight. How about love for something good, or create for something that's good, or you know, it doesn't always have to be a fight. I truly believe that. So you know, with what you're doing, just even being you, being fun, being silly, working out your stuff about your frustrations, and you go take a little freaking salsa class, little tango, little this, little that. That wave is like the song that you heard.
Yeah.
Do you know, we're all doing it in our own way. That's why we can't be like no one else.
Yeah.
We have to bring our own form of leadership, our own form of creativity, our own form of healing to the world, and forget about what other people are doing. Just do our own thing. I don't know where that came from, but
it's a lot of people that are quick to follow a lot of trends, you know, instead of making a trend of their own. You know, that's why, like, look at y'all see the shirt?
I love it.
Dude,
I love it. Aaron, did you order ours?
No, not yet.
I like I said, the way I grew up, I could have went down a different path, you know.
Why didn't
but
you?
luckily,
Was it your brothers that
the brothers
that
you
stopped
said.
you, or was there wasn't like somebody in your life that stopped you, or like you just figured it out?
Nobody. I played sports just like all my friends, only difference is like they went home to like their parents, their mother and father. Like I went home to just craziness. And the crazy thing is like 3 of my best friends lived on the same street as me. But when you're so you like when this is part of your everyday life, it just seems normal to you. You know, like I would walk in the house and it would just be like craziness, but I'm so used to it. It's like, you know, this is just my everyday life. Not till I got a little older and I seen it to start affecting my little brothers. I said, because I had my oldest brother was into gangs. Then my other brother was too. But my oldest brother now is like retired from the Air Force. And then my other brother is like, he works for like the city of Beverly Hills. But like none of them were around like I was around for my 2 little brothers. They had like went off somewhere.
Yeah.
So, you know,
You became the older brother.
I became like their father figure. And these are my 2 giants. I don't know if y'all seen, I'm 6'5". My youngest brother is 6'9".
Oh shit!
and then the other one is 6'7".
What?
Wow.
You know, and now today they both a little while back they end up getting their own place together, and it just made me so proud because I was like, man, if I wouldn't have stayed on the right path, maybe they would have never got to this point in life.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I am sure there was an influence there, no doubt about it.
You know,
what were the first things that were starting to get you to, okay, you know, you see that your brothers and things like that, and you're in sports. How did you progress them toward that positive side? What was your interior motivation? You know, that thing that woke you up or kept you going or made you, what was that for you?
I think it has, when I seen my little brother and I was like, man, like, cause I'm into sports and I was like, I wanted to talk to one of my friends to get him on a, like a traveling basketball team for little kids, like that AAU basketball.
Yeah.
I was like, man, if I can get him to some sports, it'll keep him like out of this neighborhood. It's like those streets, man, you know, those streets will get you, you know.
I've been there my own way.
We were more raised to have street smarts than book smarts.
Right.
Like, you know, you don't go over here because if you go over here, either something go happen to you. Like you could walk down the street and get like jumped into a gang, like just like that. Luckily for me, a lot of people who were in gangs, I knew them. They just that was the path they chose. And like they parents went to high school with my parents. So we were never threatened like that, but I just didn't want them to be making that decision because it's easy to make, because it's easy, you know, because we didn't come from money, and you get into these gangs and these drug dealers get you and give you money to go do all this crazy stuff. So I said, if I can just stay on the right path and, you know, play these sports, but I ended up getting injured in high school. But I ended up, I had a job at McDonald's when I was like 16 years old, you know, stuff like that, worked at my school. But just seeing my little brothers grow up, man, they, you know, kids grow up so fast. And when I was like, you know, I remember being at their age and being able to know what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, man, I don't want them to be, because, you know, we all grew up in my grandmother's house. Then we would move. We moved so much, man. It's probably about 10, 11 times when I was a kid, you know, and it was just crazy, man. But I said, I have to be the one, because I'm around them the most, to set some type of example, you know, whether it's me working in McDonald's, me playing sports, just something positive,
Right.
You know.
So has music always been a thing that you relied on to like give you some mental relief?
No,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like I said, growing up, I would just listen to what my parents, like my father would be getting ready to go to work and he'd be listening to a certain song. But for me, music was about more so about family reunions, you know.
Okay.
It was more like you go to a family reunion, you know you're gonna hear like these 13 songs for sure.
Right.
And one of them is gonna be played probably about 3 or 4 times. But I didn't really start getting into music as far as trying to, you know how people say you listen to a song to help you like escape or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I probably want to say maybe around the age of probably 35.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow, man. So, okay. Why did you start a music reaction channel if that wasn't a thing and it came to you so late?
Well, let me just go back a little bit. So
Mhm.
when I met my wife, that's when things just went uphill
So
for
how
me.
how long ago was that?
We've been together since 2004.
Okay.
Been married for 10 years though.
Okay.
So together, like 16 years. Been going on 17.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful
But,
accomplishment.
And it's crazy because I told her that I didn't have like when I was a child, we had our bump bags. After we ended up moving like that, it was a lot of sleeping on the floor and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her from the age of like 8 or 9 to when I met her at 24, in that gap right there, I never slept I never had a bed. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
And I met her and we end up like, you know, like we hit it off fast, man.
How'd
and
you
more
meet?
so what's that?
How did you meet?
One of my cousins had a girlfriend that was graduating from college, and she had a friend that was graduating from college, and we all ended up at the same club for a college graduation party. But one of the friends I went with was talking to a girl she was with, which I didn't know when we were inside the club.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to her, dancing and stuff. And then towards the end of the night, I went outside to sit down, and I saw my wife come out, and it was like 13 girls behind her. And I saw the girl that my friend was talking to. So I, back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
go and hook that up, man, so we can go and talk on the 3-way or something like that. So the 4 of us end up talking on the phone. She knew what he looked like, but they didn't know what I looked like. So it was kind of like they just had to go. My friend, they was like, "What does your friend look like?" It was like, "He's tall and funny." That's what my friend described. So we end up going on a double date to Pink's.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm from LA and never been there before.
Okay.
And my wife was shocked. So she moved from the Bay Area to go to Cal Poly.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So she was down here by herself. She was like renting a room out at this older couple's house or whatever. So when we went on that double date and everything worked out, I was like, okay, I want to take you out on a date, just me and you. So I, living in South Central, I drove all the way to Chino Hills and took her out. And I used to do that because I was working at the Staples Center. That's another thing. I'll get to that. But
Okay.
I drove to Chino Hills, and I used to do that. Like whenever I would get days off, I would just drive out here, and then she would drive, and we would go just on dates. And it just became like, that was my getaway. So when I should have been listening to music to escape, I actually got into a very amazing, healthy relationship. And it took me away from LA, from the streets. And I was able to come out here in Chino Hills. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, where's the graffiti? Where are the zombies at? That's what we used to call all the people walking around pushing the carts and stuff. Like, where are these people? Where's all the violence? It was none of that out here.
Right.
And I was just shocked to just be walking around so freely, you know. So that helped me a lot. And then I start grabbing my brothers. Like, hey, I'm gonna bring you out here. I want you to come out here. We're gonna go to the gym, play some basketball. I'm gonna bring you out here. We're gonna make a dance video. I just want y'all to come out here and hang out with me. So when I should have been listening to a lot of music, that's another thing. Like, I have big gaps where music wasn't a part of my life.
Right.
You know? So that's why I say it's kind of like I'm reliving my childhood or whatever. That's why I want people to understand. It's like, there's a lot of music that I may have heard, but now I'm starting to listen to it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And so
wow.
You
that's,
said
that's
beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
You said when you and your wife got together, things went fast. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just get married from real soon after you guys started dating, or?
Oh no, I meant like as far as me falling in love with her.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, because it was something different. Like, I would like come out here and she would have like rented a movie and we would have like, when you talk about the little things.
I know.
Oh man. I mean, just little stuff, you know, and then you when that becomes consistent and just part of your life, you know, I noticed myself smiling more, just like really being in a good mood. Man, I would get flowers. She wouldn't even know I was coming out here. I would buy flowers and go to her job, bring her flowers, and people are like, what is going on? And she's just with this shocked look. And I'm like, look, I'm just trying to show you some appreciation for you making me feel the way I do.
Aww.
Man, I'm going to tell you something.
Wow.
It's really amazing to hear your story and to see the kind of person that you are, because you had everything against all odds. Yeah, man. Like, you had every reason not to be the way you are. And I can relate to a lot of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mel and I have been married for 23 years.
Oh man.
Yep.
And
congratulations.
Thank you.
man. And when we first met, I was strung out on heroin. And after we had known each other, lost contact, I was homeless and sleeping on cardboard boxes, man, and bad. And she found me out there on the street. And the little things, man, like, come to my house, you could take a shower. What?
Yeah.
A shower? You could wash your stinky ass socks in my washing machine. What? Like,
here's a clean t-shirt.
Here's a clean t-shirt. Like, those little things, man, really, really are a big deal.
Gave you hope.
Yeah. It showed me that, like, it could be different.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was ever going to be different. And then, like you said, the consistency of it too was something that really, like, oh wow. And you brought up the flowers. Like, there's a particular time I did that for Mel that, like,
he stole the flower.
I know, no money.
Yeah. And he woke me up, you know, like tracing my face with a single rose. And, you know, he was visiting from the shelter.
Homeless shelter.
Yeah, from the homeless shelter. He'd hopped on the bus and took it across town to where I was living, stole a rose, broke into the house, and it's true.
Oh, you know that's love, because you know them rose bushes got them thorns.
But you know, It is those little things because, I grew up in a situation where I was a mom. My mom was a single mom of 3 kids. And, my sister's dad was kind of in and out of her life a lot. And so that meant our life. So it was very inconsistent also. And we moved a lot. So I recognize what you were talking about, 11 plus. Then I'd, get lice and have to cut my hair and have all this. It's just weird traumatic shit that goes on in a life of poverty. I grew up on the street called Crack Alley. That was where we lived. And, seeing people getting shot or people coming up and, leaving out in stretchers and stuff was normal. So what the huge chunk of the story that Aaron left out was in between the time we first met and him being on the street. He had helped me establish myself, and he got me a job that was making triple what I was making.
Yeah.
And so that completely, it was like somebody giving you a $50,000 a year raise when you're making 10, like what? So it transformed my life. So when he came back around and he was homeless, I'm like thinking, I am not indebted to him, but I am grateful to him. Right. So if I can help him, I'll give you $20. Sure. I was a single mom myself at that time. Sucker. But no, I was a single mom myself at that time. And, but because of him, I was able to have reestablished myself under my own footing. And I had my own stability now, and I didn't need an absent dad or in and out stepdad or in and out boyfriends. I didn't need that, and I owed a lot to him for that. So there was a lot of love that I didn't even realize I had for him because of that, and It was like love as a friend, like, or somebody just out of the kindness of their heart, saves your life or something. And they didn't ask for nothing. So that's really what, now that I look back, I think about, because just the way that you said it, just a lot of like instabilities and things like that, they create who you are now. And in a way, I'm grateful to being raised in Crack Alley now. Back then, of course, I would never say that. I wanted to have straight hair. I didn't want to have a big butt. I didn't, I had all these weird things because I was either getting made fun of and all these, I wanted to shave my legs in 5th grade because I was hairy and my mom wouldn't let me, all this crazy shit. But it shaped who I am. And it made me understand the darker side or the poverty stricken side or the even the affluent side, because then after I met Aaron, I got to see a whole other side I never got to see because of where his parents came from. Like that Chino
Hills experience. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just curious, where's the good in you from? Is that just an inner spring? Like, where did you learn to see that? You know what I mean? Because if you weren't seeing that or feeling that, I understand your brothers were your motivation. I'm trying to come with something deeper. Like, how did you even know how to feel remorse for your brothers if you weren't, you know what I'm saying? If you weren't feeling and seeing that.
Sip break. This is a 2-hour interview with Jamel.
Oh my gosh.
So you're going to need a little break. This is when you got your headphones on, you go to the bathroom right now. And
you go to the bathroom, but you take us with you because you want to go.
Don't make it weird.
Yeah. And you need a break after that. I'm sure, and my face is hurting from smiling. This was such a fun interview. We need to
stretch it out.
Yeah, stretch it out for a minute.
And you're going to go over to shoptourbus.com online or at shoptourbus on Instagram, and you're going to check out all the awesome design, Grateful Dead inspired t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, tote bags, children's clothes, all the cool stuff that you don't already have that you can get just by going to shoptourbus.com online. Go over there, hook yourself up with some new merch, man.
Like that new trucking design. I love it.
And the Let It Grow kids shirt that we got for Jasper is super cute.
We can't wait for his picture to come out.
His unboxing.
Yes.
And your Shop Tour Bus stuff does deserve an unboxing. It comes in a hand-designed, one-of-a-kind box with a Grateful Dead lyric on the inside. It comes with all kinds of extras in there and few lucky people out there get miracled with a real live bona fide Grateful Dead cassette bootleg tape in their box. So not only are you getting some really cool merch, but you also have a chance to get a bootleg that's been traded around the Grateful Dead family for
A while.
Yeah. There's some really cool ones out there too. And they're hooking the No Simple Road family up with free shipping. So when you go order your stuff, when you're checking out, put in the promo code No Simple Road. You're going to get free shipping. You may get that bootleg, and you're definitely going to get an amazing box. You're going to get
one of the coolest, most comfortable T-shirts you've ever
Yeah.
ordered.
And then after you put on that new T-shirt that you just bought, you're going to go to electricfishlights.com.
That's a good combination.
Yep, because you now that you're properly dressed for the occasion,
Yeah.
now you have to set the mood, right?
Light it
Yes.
up.
So you're going to light it up. Electric Fish Lights creates one-of-a-kind lights just for you out of your mind. You give them the idea. They build the light. This is with a thing called IQ technology. It's 30 interlocking pieces that can be combined into 15 different shapes. And when you put those shapes together, they can basically build anything you ask them to. They can build a kitty cat light, or a puppy dog, or SpongeBob, or
Jellyfish, or Minions, or your favorite sports team.
Yeah.
And that there are so many possibilities.
And-
And when you're feeling groovy with that Shop Tour Bus shirt on, you got your groovy light on, you are going to have a blast. And
what? You get a color changing upgrade to that bulb. That thing will flash and dance and make fun with your music, and
Make fun with your music.
and also
Okay.
it will also play music if you get the
That's right.
Bluetooth upgrade.
which you want to get the upgrade. And if you get the upgrade, you also get the limited edition No Simple Road poster, which is a collab of Electric Fish Lights and one of Aaron's drawings, and they are amazing.
Yeah, man.
It comes to life. You can go on our site and there. You can see what happens with that. These lights bring everything to life. All your pictures, they're just amazing. I leave them on all the time now because they are safe to do that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
12-year energy efficient,
I
safe
turn
to
my
leave
baby
on
off.
LED bulb, 12-foot cord, a hardware kit to hang the light. They got you covered, man, and they're giving you 10% off when you check out. Put in the promo code NSR, and they are going to hook you up with 10% off. Get that color changing upgrade. Get yourself a poster. And if you just like, what the actual F is Aaron talking about? Go to at Electric Fish Lights on Instagram. See what I'm talking about, man, because these are not just a light. No Simple
Yeah.
Road is not just bringing you a light.
A light.
These are special magical creations that dance and sing and make fun with your music. Make fun with your music. electricfishlights.com.
Oh,
Here we
lights
go.
are going
Light it
down.
up.
Set breaks over, I think.
Here we go. Back to Jamel.
Yeah, I just when I got injured playing basketball, it wasn't like a serious injury, but it happened during my like senior year. So I like missed the whole senior year. And then just not having like money for new clothes to go to school, and like, I've been this height since I was 13.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, but I still was being bullied, but not physically, just verbally.
Right.
Like people teasing you.
Yes.
Oh man, didn't you just have that on the other day? Stuff like that. And these are people that's supposed to be your friends and stuff. So, sometimes the bad in people can show to you the good in yourself, depending on how you react to it. You know what I mean? And I noticed myself a lot of times I wouldn't be upset. I would be more sad,
Yeah.
and I would be looking more for sympathy versus revenge, And then when I got to a point in my life where I was like, you know what? I need money. I need to get like something, like I need new shoes. Like I have nothing coming from nowhere, and my grandmother, she hated my father so much for the way he treated my mother, that every time she saw me, she saw him.
Yes.
So I got treated. So when my mother met my father, my mother had 2 kids already.
Okay.
Okay.
And then my father had 2 kids already, which is my oldest brother who graduated from the Air Force.
Okay.
And then one brother I didn't meet till he was, I didn't meet him till I was 16. We never knew about him.
Whoa.
My father didn't even know. It like came out of nowhere. But he passed away, and my sister, she passed away at the age of 26 from lupus. She would have been 44 this year. So just kind of like seeing that, like it breaks my heart that my wife never got a chance to meet my sister. That just breaks my heart. But I think when I knew I wasn't going to make it in any sports, and I was like not going to go to college, I was like, I need to get a job. My brothers are hungry. I'm hungry. There's no lights. There's no hot water. My mother, my father, they're not in the house. My grandmother and them don't really want me in this house. Because like I was saying, we moved, like you talked about that crack alley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The house I grew up in with my grandmother, which is the duplex, we moved, me, my father, my mother, and my 2 little brothers moved in a house across the alley, which when I would be like outside playing with my friends and I would go home, I would hop the gate by my grandmother's house and it'd be dark and all you see is lights because people are just in the alley smoking.
Oh, shit.
But that's how I had to get to my house through the backyard or whatever. And we lived in this house. It was like 2 houses and we lived in a back house. So, I would go there and it would just be crazy, man. I was like, man, I'm only like 13, 14 years old. Like, what can I do?
Right.
I can't really like physically do anything. So I just like, tried to get me a job so I could at least, put some food in my brother's belly. I wasn't worried about my parents eating because they wasn't worried about us, So just that type of stuff, man. It was like when the sun is up, you would be outside playing. When it get dark, it's just like the dark was dark.
Better get your butt inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just, I think just when I knew I wasn't gonna make it to college on any sports or anything like that and just had to do the normal routine,
Mm-hmm.
I think that right there really like kind of made me like really say like, what, I gotta really step up and put some money in my pocket so I can help my little brothers out. But I just, just seeing all the violence, all the negativity around me, just finding something, the smallest thing that can keep you positive, man. It really drove me to, like they say, the streets will either take you or make you.
Mm-hmm. It made you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
man.
It was a lot, man. I mean, going to school with friends that live right down the street from you, you go to their house, they got the lights on, their mother and them they eat dinner at a certain time every night. I'm like, what is this?
That's alien. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it was a variety of things that kept me on a good path, man. But I was like, I was out of all, I think at the age I was at, I was really exposed to the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And I was exposed so much that I had no choice but to see the light.
Damn. That's I just got chills from
no choice.
that. Yeah. Wow. So
at 13, what are you doing trying to get jobs? Like,
yeah, he's hiring a 13-year-old, man.
Yeah, I got teased again when I was talking about being bullied because when I went to high school in manual arts.
That's where my dad went to school, man.
Really?
My dad went to that school. No shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right off of King in Vermont.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys remember in high school when they used to do the tracks, like A track, B track, C track.
Yeah.
Right. So when we were off track, I worked at school, and I was pretty much like a janitor. Like I would walk around with my little trash picker, picking up trash, and you have your friends throw the trash on the ground, just stuff like that. And I would just laugh about it, just like whatever, you know. And I was always silly growing up. You
That's
know,
what I was going to ask. You that.
Humor helped me a lot.
That was your defense mechanism.
Yeah, and it stuck with me. It stuck with me,
Thank
and I
God.
think that's a lot. I mean, the main reason why I don't do any drugs or anything, because the humor is my drug. That's when I say, like, because sometimes I'm so silly. People be like, "Man, what are you on?" I'm like, I'm on life, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you
living.
are. You don't need it, man. You don't. You've been through it enough. Like, and
I've seen it.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why I stay away from it.
And hey, man,
I tried weed one time when I was 14 years old, hanging out with my friends. We were like just chilling in front of this laundromat, and I thought they were smoking cigarettes. When I say I've never smoked before, what I want to say is I've never actually been high.
Okay, fair enough.
So I don't know what that. I've been now. You talking about some drinking? It's a whole nother story.
I saw you taking shots, man. Yeah,
yeah. But I only drink like 4 times a year. Yeah.
Did you? I mean, think about that, man. Like coming from all that adversity, what you've done is monumental, man. Like, look, a lot people are like, oh yeah, YouTube, whatever they say. When you're creating anything and somebody's watching it, that's amazing to me, right?
Yeah.
You got hundreds of thousands of people that are subscribed to your channel, man. Hundreds of thousands. That's a huge accomplishment all by itself. And not only that, the thing that I think is the best part of that is what you're putting out into the world is joy and fun and happiness and laughter
for all those people,
for hundreds of thousands of people, man. And I mean, so I'm curious, what made you start doing it? What made you start the channel?
So, I'm trying to remember the year, but I've had a YouTube channel before, like reaction videos was a thing, but it was more so for me dancing. Like I've changed my name a couple of times. I had like Melly Mel dancing. Man, if you it's
oh my gosh, we need to archive that.
Write that
man,
down.
it's a video.
What is a city without its music?
The legacy of the New York Philharmonic is incredible.
Nearly 2 centuries of history. That's a lot of music and a lot of stories.
I was sitting on stage for the very first time thinking, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Join me, Jamie Bernstein, as we explore the history of the New York Philharmonic. It's the NY Phil story made in New York, a podcast about a city, its people, and their orchestra. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
Of one of my older channels, I don't even know if it's still up, but you know that song Pack Jam by Johnson Crew?
No.
It's like it's a really good song, but they have this song called Space Cowboy.
Okay.
It's like it's pretty crazy, but I was like, man, I'm gonna go in the garage and I'm gonna just dance. I put on a cowboy hat and put that song on. And that's what I used to do. Like, there's a video of me on my friend's page dancing to Bone Thugs and Harmony, Mo Murder. But he used to live with us, and he plays the guitar. And he was playing it on the guitar as I was dancing in the background. Just stuff like that. That's what I used to do on YouTube.
Okay.
And then when Instagram was just the 15-second videos, I would come up with some funny stuff in 15 seconds, and I would do that. That's what I used to do. So I used to spend a lot of time on YouTube, man. And one day I was watching that one girl, Courtney Hadwin. And man, let me tell y'all something. She was on you probably heard of her. She's on America's Got Talent.
Okay.
She won the Golden Buzzer. And they were comparing her. Howie Mandel was like, she's like Janis Joplin.
Oh, wow.
Reincarnated. And I watched her video. I trust me, watch Janis Joplin. I mean, Courtney Hadwin, America's Got Talent, Golden Buzzer. She came out. She was so shy, man. And her dad was back there backstage. She was so shy. She came out, and when she started singing, I was like, whoa! Like, so many people have tried to get me to react to that, but I was like, I've seen that already. And once I watched her, and then to the right, I seen Courtney Hadwin reaction. And I clicked on it. It was these two dudes named Brother. You ever heard of these dudes?
Mm-mm.
Brother?
No.
Terry and Terrell. I clicked on their channel, and shout out to them, man. He just by himself now. Terrell has another channel. I think Terry's with his girlfriend now, but he hit over 1 million subscribers. I think he was at like maybe 300,000 when I saw that reaction.
Okay.
But I watched their reaction. I was like, man, this is funny. Just watching them have the same reaction I had when I saw her. And then next thing you know, 2.5 hours later, I've been watching all these different reaction videos to this same girl, Courtney Hadwin. And I was just amazed. And I'm like, this is what I do. I watch YouTube videos and I react. Only thing I'm missing is me recording myself. And I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't. I was like, people react to music? I was like, they have that?
That's a thing.
You just needed permission.
Yeah. And so I think my first reaction was to this lady. My wife was watching, it was some award show. And this lady won an award. And I just heard my wife downstairs just laughing. I'm laughing. And she's like, I'm watching this acceptance speech. It's so funny. And I said, you know what? I said, all right. I said, okay. I said, that's what I'm going to watch. I'm going to find it. And it's going to be my first reaction. And I reacted to it. And people were just laughing. I got kind of creative because she had an accent. I put like I talked in her accent and stuff like that. And then I reacted to some dude doing magic. And then requests start coming in. You should check out this dude, Dimash. And now I got over 50 Dimash reactions because this dude sings in he's like 20 some years old, but he sings in like the highest octave in the world. Okay. It's like dolphin or something like that.
He's part dolphin.
Yeah. So after that, the requests start rolling in. And I'm like, man, people want me, like the people like my reaction, whatever. Like, oh man, this is so funny. So I just, start taking requests. But I think I'll say, I think the thing that might separate me from other reactors is I don't really react to the stuff that's the most popular. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I was one of the first ones to start like reacting to a lot of Spanish music. And then I noticed a lot of people starting to react because someone was like, man, you should check out this or that. And then I end up listening to watching Selena, her what do you call it? Because I only knew of Selena through J-Lo.
Oh, okay.
Because of the movie.
Yeah, which I didn't even like watch fully. I just knew because I was a big fan of like In Living Color.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew J-Lo was a fly girl on there.
Mhm.
So I've like followed her career, but I never knew I just never knew Selena the way most people do.
Right.
So I was like, let me check out. And I didn't know she had like, I watched stuff when she was 16 years old, moonwalking, doing Billie Jean. And so I'm like, what?
Wow.
So that community came over and they're like, you got to check out this, you got to check out that. And I just started reacting to a lot of music just from everywhere because I want to learn, man. You know, everybody has the same story. It's just in different languages.
Right.
Mm.
So that's how I got started was with Courtney Hadwin and the two dudes' brother. It just amazed me when I saw that. Like I did not know reaction videos was a thing. And I was like, I could have been doing this years ago had I known.
You know what? It
'Cause
happened. It happened at the right time, man. In my
It
opinion.
happened at the right
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And it happened organically too. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you didn't even know that it was a thing to seek out. You
Yeah.
just stumbled upon it like, oh yeah, this is what I do.
You know that that's. I think that's the best way to have it happen when it's contrived. When it's like, okay, I'm gonna set up this and I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
Okay, it might be funny because you're a funny person, but when it's genuine like that, when you
Yeah.
have that aha moment of like, oh crap, that's what I do. That's my
Yeah.
thing. Like, I had the exact same thing with this.
Yeah.
Dude, I never thought of starting a podcast. That was not my thing. I drew and worked, and went to concerts. And my son bought me a microphone for Father's Day and was like, yo, Dad, you guys are always talking about the Grateful Dead. You should start a podcast. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, maybe. And once I started doing it, I was like, everything that I've learned in my whole life is being used for this thing.
Yeah.
Oh crap, this is what I'm supposed to do. That's a great feeling, man. And
It is.
doesn't it feel good to like finally find your thing, find your groove like that?
Yeah. And you know, what amazed me, like I said, you never know what's inside you until someone kind of, helps you in that direction.
Yeah.
I just didn't, it still amazes me that the amount of love and support I get and how many people say, like how you said in the beginning, how, just bringing people together. I just didn't know I had that effect.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because the way I grew up, I just didn't know. I knew I can make people laugh. I just didn't know the amount of joy that I could bring to people. Like, just like as far as just touching their hearts, making someone laugh is one thing, but making them feel something
Mhm.
is another.
A whole other ball of wax, man. Yeah.
I don't want you to forget about the Staples Center. You said you were going to come back.
Same
to that.
here. I've had that in the back
Right?
of my mind.
Good job, guys.
Oh yeah. So my mother, shout out to her.
Shout out,
Shout
Mom.
out, Mom.
She been there for 20 years. And I tell people all the time, when you work at the Staples Center as an usher, especially, I worked aisle 12, section 110, 109 for 3 years. Just to give you a visual where I'm at, when I would stand in my spot, I would be looking directly at the visiting team's bench.
Okay.
Like they're across from me. Like I'm staring right at Jack Nicholson.
Mm.
That was my section right there. And any event that goes through the Staples Center, we work it. So Grammys, I work Jay-Z and Friends, Usher concert. When he had Kanye as his opening act, Justin Timberlake, Tim McGraw. A lot of people want me to do Dave Matthews Band. I
Yeah.
said, man, I was there And they actually had moved me from my spot, so I didn't have a lot of traffic as far as people like checking tickets and stuff. So I was actually able to just kind of like watch the whole show, and that's when I got excited because I was like, man, they got a black violinist. I ain't never seen no black dude play the violin, and I got excited for that, and I watched his whole concert. So I tell people like Fleetwood Mac, I said it's a lot of music that I've been exposed to. It's just when you're working and checking tickets, it's kind of hard to pay attention, But like when I get a request and then I hear it, I'm like, oh, okay. Like I haven't posted these reactions yet, but I just reacted to Shocking Blue, Venus.
No.
You see how it's not ringing a bell?
No.
Yeah.
Right? But I didn't know that was the name of the band or the title. I thought the title of the song was She's Got It.
Oh, I know the song.
Okay, yep.
You see?
Okay.
Oh, my
That's what
Venus, my fire.
I'm your fire. Yeah.
I thought the name of the song was She's Got It, but the name of the song is Venus, somebody had requested that. I hit play and I'm like,
Wait a minute.
I'm like, what?
I know this.
Right. So that's what happens. I met a lot of celebrities there. Anthony Anderson.
No.
The one who plays the father on Blackish.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He sat in my section. He's a diehard Clipper fan. So I would see him, you get 40 games with the home team. So I would see him maybe like 20 times. And just listening to all of those, or working all those concerts, man, it was just crazy just to see like the Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney,
right.
Just seeing that stuff like that. But like I said, it's different.
When you're working, you're hearing it. You're not listening to it.
That's because some people, I know someone said, oh man, I seen the comment where they said, I think it was like on Facebook, someone had shared my video and someone was like, man, this dude, he knows too many songs. Like, you know what I mean?
What?
Like, because like I'll react and I'm like, oh,
I know this.
I heard this at work, but I don't, he's saying it more like he's saying, I recognize too many songs.
Oh,
I'm like,
right.
I'm like, dude, like, because from time to time I'll react to a song that I know, but I never seen the live version.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do. Because some people be like, oh man, I need you to react to this. Like with Grateful Dead, it's the opposite. Most people want you to react to the songs, the studio version.
Not the Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So a lot of times that's why I do a lot of those live from Daryl's house, from
Right.
Hall and Oates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's different in his house.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has like other artists singing his songs.
That's
Right.
really cool.
And the drummer reached out to me, the drummer from the house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he said once I've gotten invited to so many shows, man, I can't wait till everything
I'm going to tell
get
you.
back to some type of normal.
I'll tell you what, man.
Ever since he's seen your channel,
I'm
he's
like,
I want to take him to a show.
So that thing that you're talking about, like the difference between listening and hearing, and there's another level to it.
Yeah.
Of like the live experience.
Right.
At least with the music that we're talking about, I can only speak to that. And it's a whole other thing.
It's also participatory.
Right. When you've
Right.
got 50,000 people singing Ripple
Yeah.
that know what they're singing and that energy is moving through that place.
Right.
It's you can feel it with your skin. Like it's a thing in the room. So it's
Yeah.
a whole other thing, man.
It's very spiritual. We always say it's
Church.
Yeah. I noticed that with Ripple, a lot of people have their interpretation of the song. And I'm like, man, Grateful Dead, that song is so genius, man, because if you want to have your own or different interpretation for the song, it's like, that's what the song is about.
Yes.
Nobody can tell your story better than you. So whatever way you feel about the song is right.
Yeah.
There's no wrong.
So
you know what I mean?
The writing is ingenious that way. It's like Psalms, You read them and you're just like, every time there's some beautiful golden nugget. And that's what it was for me too, when listening to these songs and, just talking about the other element. Oh, like if you were high or whatever, you'd really hear the song or whatever.
Yeah.
There is something to that, there's something to that aspect also. And that is its own thing, but
I know exactly what they mean.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's the feeling that goes through your body. Yeah,
and
I know it.
Right. Think about like even when you're like a little buzzed, you had a few beers or whatever, and now you're really feeling the music. Same.
Well, see, not to cut you off.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Those 4 times I said I drink, I do it to help. It numbs my body so the pain in my knees go away.
Okay.
Oh shit!
So I can really
so
like
cut loose.
Because like I said, I'm 6'5", and a lot of people be trying to dance with me, and they short, and I gotta pop a squat.
Oh yes.
Hey, take a shot, pop a squat.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think you
Numbs
gotta
my
write that
knees
down.
and
Take a shot.
That's gonna be the name of the episode right there.
Yeah, and I can literally when that numbness hits, I can really enjoy myself. Like that's why I be dancing when I'm working out, because that adrenaline hits me and I'm gone. Go ahead, continue, sister. Sorry.
I mean, I don't even know where to go after that.
No, you know what, man? That's something else too that I hadn't brought up that I wanted to tell you, man. It's like the whole working out thing. That's a big deal too, man, for a lot of us. To have somebody that is motivating, it's a big deal right now, man. Look, I mean, we've said it a bunch of times just talking to you. Things are weird. It's unprecedented where we're at as a world, as a human race. We're all locked up in our own little weird way, and not just physically, like mentally too. This is hard.
Yes.
This is hard for us. We are social creatures. Human beings are meant to gather and be together and hug and see each other's smiles, and so this is hard for the psyche. And to have somebody to see you working out has kept me on track, and I appreciate that, man. Like I don't know if like that was your intention by posting that stuff or not, but that is a result of it.
If you go on my Instagram, you'll see me and my sister too. Because I used to go to the gym and work out like a lot, because I was helping train her. So I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but you know that she's a cop,
right?
And she's only like 5'1", but she's a little fireball, Like I said, it's so much uniqueness to our relationship in this house. My wife and sister, they're both Filipina. My wife works in the medical field. My sister's a cop. Whoa. And then I'm black. So you take all that what's going on in the world, and it's just, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
what a unique perspective you just put down.
And you're still smiling.
Yeah. So I was helping her like train and stuff for the academy and everything. But I always try to motivate people, inspire people, and just bring like just laughter and joy. Cause like when you've been on that side of just feeling down and out and feel like nobody notice you or care about you, I know what it feels like. I might have been depressed before I even knew what depressed meant. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
But like I said, when I met my wife, I just saw a whole new world, and I saw hope in our relationship, hope for the world, hope so okay, so I met this person and she makes me feel this way. And it's like I come out here and I'm like, man, it's just so different. I see a different world now that exists or whatever. So maybe there is hope. So maybe I can take all this positive energy, bring it back to LA with me, you know, and just try to inspire, man. But I do, man. I try to post funny stuff all the time, and just stuff that I know is gonna just put a smile on someone's face.
It's working. I gotta ask, are you're an usher at the Staples Center? There ain't jack squat happening right now. So is
Oh, no, I was.
Oh, okay.
I said my mother
was for 20 years.
You only did it for 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, my mother's still there.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So she's not working right now. Oof. But I only worked there from like 2001 to like 2004.
All right.
The main reason I quit was because when I met my wife, we had got like an apartment together, and I was still working at the Staples Center. I was working and I got a job at Lowe's. I was working at Lowe's from 6 a.m. to 3. And then I had to be at the Staples Center every day at 5:30. And I was living out here in Chino Hills. So I would get that traffic driving to LA every day. And I was just like, man, like this is too much. And, you know, Lowe's was a full-time job. I worked Monday through Friday, had the weekends off, set schedule. Staples Center was you only work, you know, when there's an event.
Right.
So I was like, you know, I end up just leaving. It was tough, but I was just like, you know, I'm just going to make the smart decision because I'm tired driving. I don't want to have an accident.
Right.
But I end up like, you guys heard of Bass Pro Shop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I had worked at Lowe's for a couple of years. And then one of my friends got me a job at the Home Depot. And I've been there ever since. But in my early stages at the Home Depot, because I, you know, when I knew what our relationship was with my wife, and I knew I wanted to take it to the next level, I ended up getting another job. I was working 16 hours a day.
Damn, man, you're a hustler.
Yeah, I was working Bass Pro Shop 9 o'clock at night to 5:30 in the morning, and that was in Rancho. And then I would drive like maybe 10, 15 minutes. It would take me to get back to Home Depot in Pomona. And I would change in the car and I would work there from 6 in the morning to 3. So I was just saving money so I can buy her a ring.
Wow.
But I got used to the schedule. And I only quit because the place got robbed. Bass Pro Shop had got robbed, the restaurant. And so they got rid of the night crew. We weren't able to work there overnight anymore. So I just stayed at Home Depot. But I've always worked like 2 jobs because I was like, I want to be able to pay bills and I want to take this woman out so we can have some fun. I can keep her smiling, you know, just stuff like that. I was like, I got it. I want to continue to show her appreciation, man. If you go and look at a lot of my pictures, especially on Instagram, I always try my best to let her know that she's loved and that she's appreciated.
Dude, the world
Always.
needs more people like you in it, man.
I feel
For real,
like
Jamal.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I
man.
feel like in this case, the most that I've ever seen, influencer is a proper word for what you're doing, and I'm grateful that you're an influencer. Like that makes me proud that what you're putting out, I could, my granny can watch, little kid can watch, my auntie can watch, my best friend can watch. It's pure, it's wholesome, it's positive, it's sweet, it's funny, and it even gives you makes you cry. It allows you to emote, and that's quite it's quite a calling.
Yeah.
Quite a
man.
calling, and thank you for doing it so eloquently.
That Elvis reaction had brought tears to my eyes in the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that it touched me. I was like, it feel like he's singing to me.
Yeah, man. That's the beauty of music right there. That right there is the thing. Like, that's what's kept me chasing the Grateful Dead for 30 plus years, and that's what has made us do this thing. And I'm sure, like you said, you've gotten a million invitations to shows. But I'm just gonna throw it out there: when things open back up and Dead and Company plays LA, we need to hook up, man. And
Oh yeah,
for real. Like,
Link
I
up.
would. It would be an honor to go with you to your first show like that.
yeah. I can't wait. They're number one on my list. I mean, I don't know if it's more for the music or just wanting to be around the people.
That was something I wanted to ask you, man. You react to a lot. Thank you for reminding me. You react to a lot of different music, and there's communities with every kind of music. Has the reaction from the Grateful Dead community been different than other communities that you've come in contact with?
I'll say Grateful Dead's community feels like a family more than any other community that I'm a part of. Like it literally feels like, because all you got to do if you go to my Grateful Dead reactions is just look at the comment section. Oh my goodness. You talking about peace and love. I mean, it just,
That's true.
I just can't wait.
Aww.
I keep picturing myself being lifted up, pass through the crowd with my eyes closed.
Hey, that could happen.
That could happen, man.
You know, you see in those movies when everybody they put their hand on you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we've
They
seen it
just-
in real life.
Yeah.
I've been that guy.
That's what I feel. Because I'll like type my name in on Facebook just to see, because I don't know what I've been like tagged in. I'll type my name and it'll be like, oh, you're in this Tool fan page. Your reaction is over there, or your reaction is over here, And you just want to see what people are saying. It's like a lot of positivity, man. If anybody has something negative to say about the messages I'm trying to get out in the world,
Good luck.
then I know for sure that it is a problem that they have within. Because I'm like, there's no way. That's why when I be making those videos about people just being maybe like disrespectful, and people be like, who could be disrespectful on your channel? I'm like, it exists. People are just mad
Right.
at the world, at themselves, just frustrated, But I just love the Grateful Dead community. It's just, you know, like I said, I don't know if I'm more excited to hear the music at a live show or just be around the people
Me
hearing
either.
the music. You know,
Right.
Me either.
I wanted to ask too, because you reminded me by saying Tool. When we very first got on, Aaron said, "Oh, I think my first
Yeah, it
reaction I
was
saw
Tool.
was Tool," and you were like, "Ooh,"
Yeah.
like you made a reaction just then. What?
Yeah.
Bring it back to Tool when you first saw the first, you know, whatever. I don't know what your first reaction was, but what was that for you?
I know Tool is really, really good at using a lot of metaphors. A lot of times too, they make songs for the people so they can try to interpret it themselves. One of my favorites from them is Right in Two.
That's my favorite Tool song.
Man,
And
I
that
don't
video.
did you see my reaction to that?
No.
Are you
We're
a fan
going
of The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
We were in the
Okay.
beginning.
Yeah. It's gone on a little
Okay.
long.
Yeah, so I compared that song in my reaction because like I said, the way I grew up, I don't have a lot of stuff to compare music to, just from what my experiences are. But you know, I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and that song when he said "Right in Two," it reminded me of that show because you have this community that's divided, and this you know, I don't know how far you guys got in the show, but you had like the guy who was the governor.
Yeah.
Okay, so him, instead of bringing these people together, he has a certain way he wants it to be, and it's basically dividing everybody. And
Right.
and all I could think of when I heard that song, I was like, man, this is just like The Walking Dead, like the governor, how he's saying right in two, like he's splitting it. Tool is really, really good. That brother Maynard and his voice, man, is so amazing.
Yeah.
But they are really, really good at making you use your tool.
Yeah, man.
know?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there listening because I'm really, man, I love music as far as the instruments go, but I am really into the lyrics, man. I just really
Yeah.
like to just
I feel
close
you
my
with that.
eyes and just like really try to understand what they're talking about.
I
I know a
just
lot
said
of people.
that. I just said that to Mel in the kitchen earlier today. Exactly that.
Yeah, the lyrics, you know, of course, you know, like when I listen to Grateful Dead, you know, you get the field bombs.
Yeah.
I know brother Jerry, he gonna always bring it. But you see it? Where he at?
There he is.
He's always gonna bring it with that guitar, man. I didn't even notice, even on this thing, they have his finger missing.
Oh, cute.
The pop figure's missing his finger.
I didn't even know it.
That's dope.
But
They got it right.
yeah. But when I listen to them, man, it's just about learning. There's a lot of life lessons in their
Yes.
music. I'm just glad at this age in life that I'm able to get it and to understand and to try to give back. Like, man, I went from almost being homeless to having nothing to being at the point where I'm donating to 4 charities right now.
Wow.
You know, I'm like,
Damn.
that's because, you know, people were telling me for months and months and months, they were saying, hey man, you should get a PO box so we can send you stuff, you know. And that's what happened with this room here.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, this is too much. I need to find a way to keep this cycle going. So I was like, okay, if you guys want me to get a PO box and you guys want to watch me open this stuff, do these unboxing videos, all right, I just need y'all to watch these videos, and I'm gonna use this ad revenue so I can split it between 4 different charities. You know, me and my wife and sister helped me find places, you know, got the place with the domestic violence, got animals, kids to help them with music. I just was like, I have to find a way to give back, because I was like, this is too much. I'm not going to just accept all this and just be done with it. This guy sent me, he worked on a stage crew. He sent me all his,
Backstage passes.
backstage passes. I was like, man, this is like, for someone to give me that and to give me Neil Peart's drumstick that was actually used, you know, that was just crazy to me. So I was like, I have to find a way to give back, because I've been in this situation where I've had like 0, you know, and everybody's not going to make it through like I did.
Mm-mm.
So giving someone a little hope, you know, just letting them know that their life is worth something to keep going. That's what I want to do, man. Like I said, I'm beyond the reactions. I'm on to the learning and life lessons and trying to give back.
Well, there's something to that also, man. Like, whatever you believe, the universe is energy, and that stuff coming to you is energy. And if it just stops with you, it's like a dam. But if it flows through you, then more can come, and then more can go out, and more can come, and more can go out, and it grows and grows and grows exponentially. And I think that's part of the reason you're seeing, I'm not belittling your talent, your humor. What I'm saying, like, that is part of the reason that you're seeing the success that you're seeing, is because of that thing right there, that attitude of like, you know what, let it just come through me and go back out. I'm not just going to hold it. That's huge, man. And I saw, I actually told Apple this the other day. I was like, when he gets mail at his P.O. box, it's not like a couple of packages. It's a freaking cart.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. And it was a lot of negativity that came with that, you know.
How so?
Why? What?
Well, people were just, a lot of people were like, oh, if you want us to believe that you're donating, you need to do this or this. I said, look, I was just telling people that not once did I say, send me this, I need this. I've asked for 0, for nothing. People were asking me for months to make a P.O. box, because they want, out of the greatness of their heart, they just want to send stuff to show their appreciation. So I was like, all right, you know, and I would go down to that post office, man. I would like, oh, it's so much stuff. I said, I need to do something. So me and my wife went to Jersey Mike's, you know, asked the post office manager, how many people you guys have here on a day, you know, so we can feed you guys. And we went there and went to Jersey Mike's and just bought the whole post office sandwiches and stuff. You know, I was like, I got to keep this cycle going. But like, when you go in the comment section and you see like I don't really care about videos getting the likes or the dislikes like that. But like, when you're putting positive energy in the world and you see videos getting dislikes, I know it's just from people just being just
dumb.
Haters gonna hate.
Just being dumb.
But like,
you know,
right.
Knucklehead.
Yeah, but it's one thing to dislike the video, but then when your comment is negative on something positive, I'm like, you know, I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, okay, this is just negative energy that this person has in their life, you know. But I end up stopping it, because it was getting a little overwhelming. I still get stuff every day. I ran out of room in this room, you know, because you guys, you know, you only seeing, I don't know if you see, it's stuff all on that side. You know, someone sent me a Woodstock poster with all the autographs. You got Grateful Dead on there.
Wow.
You know, I got stuff up there at the top. You know, it's a
Okay.
lot of
So
stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
That's
in there.
amazing,
It-
man. The love you put out, you're getting that love back. I mean,
Yeah,
wow.
and it's so funny too because this is where this is like the my wife's craft room / the guest room. So because every time my in-laws come here, this is where they sleep. and I was at work and my wife was like, she was like, Dad was in the room and he was just looking. He was like, oh my God, there's so much, so much stuff. And then we have their cousin Daryl. He's been in some of my videos. He's coming here for his birthday. And he hasn't been in his room because he always sleeps in here. He hasn't been in his room since it got like decorated. But someone said I should make this what do you call it? The Airbnb.
Yeah.
to come sleep in this room, man. You can see my wife, she got her stuff. I was sharing the room, she got her stuff. This all hers right here.
Yeah.
Because she makes cards, you know, she makes cards like happy birthday cards.
Oh my gosh,
and
I love that.
all that type of stuff.
That's her. Yeah.
I was just like, it's a lot of love coming in this room.
Oh.
And every time I come in here, man, I leave out a better person.
Oh,
you know, I'm like,
Wow.
that's cool. I feel like that about our studio too, man. Like you come in here, sometimes you don't feel like doing it, or you had a bad day, or you just don't know what to talk about, and then we sit down and we start doing it, and when we're done, we're happy and laughing and joking around
Very
together.
fulfilling.
It's therapy for us too, man. And you know, Jamel, it's an honor to have you as part of our family, man. It really is.
Appreciate y'all.
You're something special, man. And I really want to stay in touch with you. No bullshit. Like I'd like to keep in touch and hit a show with you. And I have a shirt I want to send you too.
All right.
When we're done
definitely,
recording, I'll hit stop here in a second, and then you can give me the details.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just wanted to talk really quick
We don't have to be
about
quick.
my second channel.
Yeah. What
know, I'm
happened
doing my
today?
I didn't know that.
What went down today, man?
So it was like a video I did, and it just sucks because, you know, when you see certain reactions that are up, like people request for you to react to stuff, and the first thing I do is I'll type what they want and the word reaction, because I say I need to see if videos are actually up, or if I'm reacting to something that nobody's reacting to. That always makes me nervous because I'm like, maybe they can't. But this video I did was like animals versus humans or whatever. And it's one of those community guideline strikes where they're like, this video isn't suitable for the such and such. But that was the first video I did on my second channel. It's been up for I don't know how long now. But I know it's this other reactor named Tyrone Magnus. He said he got a copyright strike for a video he did in 2015.
Oh wow.
That just happened recently. I'm fighting it, trying to dispute it, because I was trying to keep that funny content over there separate from my music channel. But I was like, just for now on, I'm gonna just have to just put both on the same channel, because I was like, it's a really good, healthy balance, man, to have that music and that laughter together. Oh man, it's really, really good.
Today was the first time I've ever seen you down.
I was
you looked upset, man.
I was, because I was like, you know, when that happens, you get a copyright strike. It stays on your channel for 3 months. And if you get 3 total, I mean, as long as you don't have 3 within the same 3-month range,
rolling, yeah.
But you're not able to upload for a week. That's what happens. So I was like, man, it sucks. because I was like, I would think I was more disappointed in the fact that it was my first video. I'm like, man, I've done so many. Like, let me know right away, or something. You
the
know,
thing that gets me about that is, aren't you reacting to a video that's already on YouTube?
That exactly.
That makes no sense. So why isn't the person that put up the video originally getting the strike?
That's why a lot of times when you fight when you dispute it, you end up winning, because they said a lot of times it's like these bots. It's not even a human.
It's an algorithm.
That's catching it.
So I was like, once I went in there and danced and stuff, I was fine, man. I was just like, I was so mad. Mad though.
My one of our good friends, Cody, he watches all your stuff too, and when you put it up, he texted me because he knew we were going to be talking today, and he sent me the They Got Me video. Yeah. And he said, just make sure you tell Jamel today that we love him and we got his back. So
yeah, man.
You got some love on the PNW.
I was like, come on, man. Because I looked at it like they're trying to stop me from making people laugh.
Yeah. Fun is canceled in 21.
Yeah. But then, I went on a bike ride and everything, man. I felt good. I felt good afterwards. Like I said, I have 4 videos, I think 3 or 4 videos that I'm posting. 2 of them got blocked, so I got to put them over on my Vimeo channel. But I was gonna wait to post those, but I have to put those over. But I was just like, man, I know it's something that you can do. Like, if you make the video a certain size, like, it's one thing to get your video blocked. You can fix that. But when they block the audio, there's nothing you can do about that. That's the issue.
I've seen them do that with some of your music stuff.
That's what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
So the video, I got some reactions coming today. 2 of them got blocked, and then I'll put it in a smaller frame and re-upload it, and it'll be like still blocked. So I'm like, well, got to go over to Vimeo.
So just so that our listeners know, how can they find you on Vimeo?
Oh, it's the same. Jamel, aka Jamal.
Okay.
Always leave the link. If the video gets blocked, and you'll know right away as soon as I press play, because the sound might be gone. Or if I react to a song that's 10 minutes and you see that the reaction is only like 2 minutes, it's because it basically what I do, so I don't have to, because I might be somewhere out of the house.
Right.
And my video get blocked. So what I have to do is I let YouTube trim all the blocked parts out, and then the video can stay up. That way I don't have to re-upload a video saying, hey, I just reacted to this song, it's blocked, you can find it over here, because I might not be nowhere where I can get to the camera.
Who would have thought, man, just listening to music and reacting to it would cause a stir? Like, come on, everybody just needs to relax, man.
Yeah,
there's always going to be something.
Come on, man.
It's especially when you see the reaction up on other channels. That's what I'm still not understanding. I'm like, how they reaction stay up but mine got blocked?
Because
that's what I thought you have. I thought pausing the video would help you for copyright reasons, but that has nothing to do with it. Putting that little copyright claim in the beginning, that's nothing. It's all on if they want to block it or not.
They want to nail you. They can. I mean, you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
I'm over here trying to sit. I'm trying to sit like
You're trying to get
stretching your knees,
Don't
stretching
kill
that.
the
Yeah,
knees.
no, man. You know what?
about to get a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
First, you got to stretch before you get into that position, though, too.
Yeah.
You can't just be going right out the gate.
Oh,
You're going to break
willy-nilly.
something.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yes.
Like I
Hey,
said,
man, y'all, I feel like I'm talking to some friends
Right?
and family,
that's
man.
why I
It's-
said we got to stay in
Exactly.
touch, man. That's the family thing. It's weird and awesome and beautiful, and that's for real. And
The family and the family.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you one more silly thing. This is just for what it's worth. Talking to you today is the most excited I've been to do an interview in a minute.
that
In a hot
that warms
moment.
my heart,
Yeah,
brother.
man.
He's
'Cause
the,
you know, I'm just a normal guy.
I know.
Just trying to spread some love. I think that's what a lot of people. I'm glad I talked to you guys, because a lot of people, they don't. I'll see in comments people be like, he seems like a cool dude, but people don't. They don't know, like, when you're doing
Yes.
reactions, people they don't know you,
Right.
you,
They're gonna get to
even
know
though you feel like
You
know
do?
them?
Yes.
but I try to tell people, like, this is me 24/7.
that's
This is-
awesome
this
to
is-
see.
This
Yeah,
is
man.
how I am.
How are you so
I would-
comfortable in front of the camera? I'm sorry, but how are you so comfortable in front of the camera? Is that just like a nothing to you? It's not even a no-brainer? It's not even an issue?
Sometimes I forget the camera's there.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Yeah.
the beauty of it.
I don't know. It's I've been told, some people told me, man, have you did any acting? Have you done any comedy, any stand up? I'm like, no. I think, because of the way I was raised and my sense of humor is just so high that it's just, my whole thing is like making y'all feel comfortable. Even though you guys are like, interviewing me, I'm like,
Right. I'm with you, man.
letting you guys know this is me.
Yeah.
This is who I am. I don't know. I just
He's a natural.
Yeah, that's true. They call that a natural.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna
yeah,
I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
ahead.
you're wait. Hold on.
Apple.
I was going to say that's the one thing you do beyond bringing joy, and this goes back to earlier, also with music and like not getting high, not smoking weed. There's one thing beautiful in this world that everybody gets to experience, no matter whether you're a kid, being old, is that feeling of that spirit gets in you that gives you goosebumps.
Yeah.
Which you have that you've induced that a couple times with talking about your childhood and that feeling of getting goosebumps and being able to give people goosebumps. That is one of the most natural things and most spiritual things in the world. You cannot buy or take a drug or drink alcohol. That won't give you that goosebump feeling. That comes from music, from love, all that stuff. And you do that. So keep doing what
I
you do.
appreciate
man.
that. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, brother.
Mel, thanks for coming on the show, man. And everybody out there, you know who he is. Go follow him, check out his channel, subscribe, and do all that stuff. And hang on one second, man. I'm gonna stop recording.
All right.
Like twisting, turns to mission, turning this to journey. Wish the word is many problems, but it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? One simple road. My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A=A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey listeners, I want to tell you about the April-May 2023 issue of Relics magazine. Features a Dave Matthews Band cover story with additional articles and interviews with The National, Graham Nash, Wayne Shorter, ALO, Ivan Neville, our friend Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore, Marty Stewart, and much more. Check out the latest version of Relics and subscribe now at relics.com/DMB. Thanks, Relics.
Hi, this is Paul Phelps.
And this is Monica Strutt.
And we're from the Daily Music Business Podcast. We're joined by a number of other really great hosts in creating daily content with great advice for independent musicians just like you.
That's right. We put out episodes daily on all topics from music marketing to branding, advice on signing with a manager and label, and anything else you need to up-level the business side of your music career. We've got it covered.
Subscribe to the Daily Music Business Podcast today on your favorite podcast catcher.
Subscribe today to the Daily Music Business Podcast on your favorite podcast platform.